When the Bull comes on the ice, we'll start. All right, let's just do it. I want to talk.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Last night, the Birmingham Bulls earned a 5-1 win over the visiting Knoxville Ice Bears, and for the first time this season, found themselves above 500. And that's saying a lot. That is the 8th win in the last 11 games for the Bulls. With the win, they pulled within 1 point of tonight's opponent, 5th place Knoxville. A win tonight in regulation, mind you, will put the Bulls in sole possession of 5th place in the standings. That's a position that nobody would have bet on just a month ago. And if you go back to December, that was impossible to even consider. But tonight, it could happen. Last night, Knoxville gift-wrapped the first 2 goals and a couple more as well later on in the form of bad passes, bad exits, and giveaways in their own defensive zone as well as the neutral zone. After the Bulls scored a pair of goals early, Knoxville cut into the lead, scored, and cut it to 2-1. Birmingham pulled away, though, in the third with 3 unanswered goals for the win, one of them an empty netter. But the story of the game, once again, for the Birmingham Bulls was Hayden Stewart. Stewart only surrendered 1 goal, and that followed a shutout to Huntsville on Monday. 1 goal in the last 6 periods. Hayden has been stellar. He's found his second win and has given up just 5 goals in his last 4 starts. That makes it a lot easier for the Birmingham Bulls to win hockey games. Tonight promises to be a much different Knoxville team, though, than we saw last night. Last weekend, the Bulls pulled away from Macon for a 5-2 win on Friday night, but when Saturday approached, Saturday night came, the face-off took place, Macon took the fight to the Bulls, and came away with a 3-2 win in a shootout. Birmingham cannot afford and does not want a repeat of last Saturday night and needs to send Knoxville back home to Tennessee this weekend without even a solitary point. It will be much more difficult tonight here at the Pelham Civic Complex, though, as Knoxville needs that win as well. Once again, everyone, I'm Jody Chinesky, joined by former Bulls goaltender Greg Dreveny. And Greg, last night the Bulls were the better team, but it did get a little hairy there for a few minutes in the second period and early third when Knoxville cut the lead in half. Now, how can the Bulls avoid the same type of weekend and the same outcome that they had against Macon, and this time come out with a regulation win and a sweep of this small 2-game series?
Well, Jody, I think one thing that's boding well for the Bulls is they're maturing as a team. They have a little bit more veteran leadership with guys like Drake Glover and C.J. Walker in the lineup, Colton Olenek coming back from being injured earlier. So they've got some presence there that they didn't have earlier in the year. And for the Bulls, I think that those guys are going to remind the younger guys coming into tonight's game about what it felt like last weekend. And we talked about the bus legs and how important that is and that kind of stuff. I think you're going to see a different Knoxville team tonight. And I think that the Bulls will recognize their mistakes last weekend against Macon, maybe coming in, having their way with them on Friday night, and then Saturday night, Macon came out and looked like a different team.
Certainly did.
So we will see. We had Vinny the Viper out there earlier, and we'll see how the Vipers do tonight as they come out and go after this Knoxville crowd on Alter Ego night.
My brain sometimes doesn't function properly, and when you throw too many things at me at the same time, I have a little trouble. Tonight, as Greg said, he mentioned the word Vipers. That's the nickname of our Birmingham Bulls tonight. It's an alter ego type night. We've done this the last 3 years. The Birmingham Bulls will become the Cahaba Valley Vipers tonight. They'll be wearing the black jersey, trimmed in green, with green numerals on the back. So you're going to have to help me a lot tonight in identification of our Bulls. I'll be able to tell a lot just by the way they skate and what they look like. But, you know, when you get to the numbers 24, 26, 25, 28, it gets a little difficult, especially when they're on the move. But tonight, if you're watching, Birmingham, as I said, will be decked out in black, trimmed in green. Knoxville will wear the same uniforms they wore last night. Starting lineup, first for Knoxville. Defensively, Knoxville will go with former Bull Carson Vance, along with big 6'9" without skates, Robin Lilliquist. Those two will be paired, and up front, Blake Tosto will go with Jason Branshaw and Ryan Kuzmich. For Birmingham, defensively, same lineup from last night, Colin Tracy and Kevin Sadowski. Up front, Danny Waite, along with Drake Glover and Colton Olenek. Same exact lineup as we had last night. Something that we need to talk about, though, Greg, is the second referee we had last night. The same pair will come tonight. Referees Dan Sardinia, Stone Sheehan, and the linesman Brett Dardzinski and Anthony DiMarte. We saw how that affected the game last night and how everything was saw. Now, there were a couple of times in the third where you and I disagreed with a no call, but that had a lot to do with how this game was played last night, no?
It did, Jody, and it was one of those things where I thought in the first period they were after a great game. You know, they were letting it go. They were letting the teams play. And in the, second and third period, it kind of got away from what they did in the first period. So we'll see how it translates tonight.
Now you look out there and standing by Hayden Stewart as we get ready for the national anthem. I want you to tell me what you see. First, we'll pause, though, for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and of the home of the brave?
All right, starting in goal tonight, first for Knoxville. They'll go back with the same goaltender from last night, Connor Green, a record of 2-1-0. He took his first loss last night from Birmingham, giving up 4 goals, and then Birmingham added the empty netter, a 2.67 goals against, a .923 save percentage, and no surprise, Hayden Stewart gets the start for the Birmingham Bulls, a record of 7-12-0-3. 2.97 goals against, and a .914 save percentage. Now, as I mentioned during the national anthem, Birmingham lets the youth hockey players come out with them, dressed out in their skates and sticks for the national anthem, standing beside each player. I noticed something a little different, though, standing beside Hayden Stewart.
Well, usually there's little goaltenders out there, Jody, and tonight it was a very interesting goaltender we had out there. It looked like a little Austin Lotz.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, too.
Wearing number 48, standing beside Hayden Stewart. And that would have been a nice picture to grab. I'm sure a lot of fans out there will be posting stuff on Facebook and on the Bulls website. But nonetheless, Austin Lotz retired last year. Hayden Stewart's counterpart for multiple years. They were a great tandem, and we'll get after it right now and see how we do.
All right, big game tonight here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Bulls take control of the draw, dressed out in all black, as I said tonight. They're the Cahaba Valley Vipers. Puck loose in the near corner. Tosto plays it around far side. Lilliquist has it. Lilliquist through center ice slowly, but he dumps the puck in. Intercepted before it could get to Stewart by Tracy. A nice feed up to Olenek. Olenek left wing side. Has Waite with him. He dumps it into the near corner. Waite tried a centering pass, knocked away by Lilliquist. Puck loose behind the net, and it'll be played there by Knoxville. Kuzmich through center ice. Gives it up to Jimmy Soper. Played behind the net by Youngworth. Through center ice, dumped in, but not quite into the Knoxville zone. Intercepted by Williams, and he'll give it up to Timmy Kent. Drops it for Soper. Puck gets back outside the Bulls' blue line, and Knoxville's Cup puts it right back in. Just underway, first period, no score, a minute gone in this very important contest. A dangerous pass right through the slot. Birmingham connects 2-on-1 the other way with C.J. Walker. A shot save made by Green. Puck shoveled behind the net. Garrett Cup picks it up for Knoxville. He'll lift one, but not out. It hits the stick of the Bulls' far side. Taken now by Knoxville through center ice. Quick Tyler Williams skates, brings it in. Takes the shot, blocked by the Bulls' defense. That puck came right in on Stewart. Got away from him, but Birmingham intercepts. Comes back the other way. Kennedy, he'll drop it back for Sinclair. McGregor takes a shot, save made. Rebound loose. Steered aside by Green, right into the stick of Lilliquist, and he'll clear it, but not out. Matt Wood, a nice play to keep it alive for the Bulls, down low. Now they tried to feed it back up top. Nobody was there, so Parker Soretsky has to go back and pick it up behind Hayden Stewart. Gave it away to McKinney. He has two players floating. McKinney comes through the slot, takes a shot, save, rebound loose. Bulls got it. Kennedy gets it back to center ice. Knoxville dumps it right back in. Now it's loose 3-on-2 the other way for the Bulls. Nice poke check there by Soper. Breaks that 3-on-2 up and causes the offside, so a faceoff will come just outside of the Knoxville blue line.
Well, Jody, last night I think the theme of the night was the importance of turnovers and lack thereof. And if you're the Birmingham Bulls, you do not want to do what Soretsky did there behind the net.
Right.
And just blatantly leave a puck gobbled up by Knoxville that turned into a prime scoring opportunity.
Off the draw, Knoxville puts it into the Bull zone. Tracy goes back around. Stewart plays it himself along the near side boards. Osick keeps it alive. Carson Vance with the puck. He takes the shot, saves made, rebound loose. McKinney is there, took a whack at it, but taken away by the Bulls. They'll slide it to the far boards. Back behind the net, just out of the reach of McKinney, and Sadowski will take it and get it out to center ice. That's two times Knoxville has had a chance there. Penalty coming up on Birmingham is a neutralized penalty. Carson Vance hauled down on the play by Drake Glover. So Knoxville goes on the power play, first of the night for either team. They were 0 for 5 last night, though, Greg. They had a little bit of trouble on their power play. They come in, no surprise, last in the league in their power play success rate, 12% on the season.
Well, we'll see what they do tonight, Jody, because already I'm seeing Knoxville with a lot more energy than they had last night. So, interestingly enough, the Bulls look better too, so we'll see how this goes.
Off the draw, Knoxville has it. Vance slides it near side Osick. Osick takes the shot, turned aside by Stewart. Rebound goes far side where it's picked up by Kent. Circles away from Sinclair. McGregor takes the puck away, though, and clears it back into center ice. Derek Osick brings it right back in, slides it behind the net. It's bounced off the boards, a little funny hop there. Played now by Knoxville's Jimmy Soper. Tried to get it to Branchaw, pops off his stick, and the Bulls clear down the ice. Minute and a half to go on this power play for Knoxville. 16 and a half to go, first period, no score. That puck almost lined up for Soper, but icing will be called on the Knoxville Ice Bears. Faceoff comes all the way back in their zone. Now, Greg, Birmingham has fared very well when it comes to shorthanded goals on the season. We have 4 last week. McGregor Sinclair picked up his second of the season.
Definitely, the Bulls are very dangerous. They like to stretch those guys out, especially on the PK, and we'll see if they can't get another one tonight.
Off the draw, Knoxville's Carson Vance has it. Gets away from Soretsky, and he'll drop it back. Osick Avoids the hit of Kennedy and just dumps it in deep. Played behind the net. Puck bounces around the far boards. Jimmy Soper has it. Comes to Bradshaw. Bradshaw plays it behind the net for Kent. Soper will feed it back to Vance at the blue line. Takes the shot, save made, rebound loose, picked up there by Soper. Jimmy couldn't get the shot off. Parker Sereski takes it away, drops it back for his defense, and the Bulls send it the length of the ice. Down to 35 seconds of power play time remaining. Kyle Soper gets it ahead to Blake Tosto, has McKinney with him. Puck dump behind the net, Tracy and Tosto going after it. Birmingham Sadowski takes it and easily clears it down the ice. Played by Kyle Soper. He'll step out in front of his own netminder, Connor Green, and skate away. Slowly through center ice. He spins away from Wood. Wood takes it away, but it's going to be taken right back by Tyler Williams. Wood just positioned the wrong way, Gregory. Had a breakaway. Now we're down to 5 seconds left to go in this power play. Sent around the boards near side. Birmingham is back at full and even strength as Glover comes out of the box and takes the puck. He tries to get away from Cup. Slides it over for Cody Walker. Walker in front. Glover was there, couldn't get the shot. Now he did on a shot from behind the net. Played by Green. That was a lot tougher shot to make the save on than it looked like. Now McKinney brings it into the Bull zone. Has Kuzmich with him. His shot goes wide of the net. Much more offensive start to tonight's game than there was last night. Puck played far side. Cup pitching in from the point, gives it to Dawson McKinney. Through the slot, McKinney takes the shot blocker. Save made by Stewart. Rebound behind the goal line. Played near side. Britton skates away with the puck. He'll clear it out to center ice. Birmingham will change. Now Cup with the puck for Kent. He dodges a hit by Gagnon. Loose puck picked up by Stewart. Tried to clear around the boards. Now Kent runs into Stewart. Nothing really major happening there. Soretsky takes the puck now at center ice and dumps it into the far corner. Cup plays it against the boards. Birmingham ties it up. It's loose. Jimmy Soper along with Soretsky, and the puck will come behind the net. Birmingham has it. Poked away, though, from Matt Wood by Cup. Wood takes it right back away. Around the far boards, Williams leaves it for Cup. And just like that, Billy Roach will lift it into center ice. Look out, it got away from Gagnon. He regains possession with Tyler Williams bearing down on him. Gagnon, 4 men back for Knoxville, sends a floater in, gloved by Connor Green. Now behind the net, Lilliquist in a pushing and a shoving match. Lilliquist, a big mismatch there, and I believe that's Matt Wood, Greg.
That's Gagnon.
It's Gagnon?
Yep.
Gagnon behind the net, and Lilliquist, there's got to be at least a 6-7 inch difference between the two. They'll skate away with nothing to come of it. But in this case, we talked about it a little last night, and in the pregame, you and I were just having a conversation. Birmingham sends a floater in because that seems to be giving Connor Green some problems, those long shots from center ice that just bounce.
Definitely, especially the one-hoppers and stuff like that, Jody. Yeah, you're being pretty generous there saying 6 or 7 inches because Lilliquist comes in at 6'9", Jody, so that would put Gagnon at 6'2", and I'm sure he'd love to have that on his hockey card. On top of that, Lilliquist just looks so big, 6'9", barefoot. Yep. With skates, he's 7 foot tall. Right. 100%.
I mean, that's imposing to say the least, and when you're giving up 6, 7, 8 inches to him as happened with Gagnon there. He didn't back down, but you could tell what a big difference in the two men.
Well, it's one thing, and we saw it down there behind the net where Timmy Kent running into Hayden Stewart. And you know what? Kent's one of those guys where, you know, he served a purpose while he was here, but I'm not missing him. I'll just be honest with you.
And to be honest with you, sometimes you go to someplace and you don't like it. I don't believe Timmy Kent disliked it here, but he did not want to be here. And we were able to get a good defenseman in the trade for him in Colin Tracy. I mean, I'm sure you played in a lot of places you didn't want to. Puck played by the Bulls. Pereira sends it far side. There's a shot from the point. Save made. Green couldn't find the rebound, but Knoxville clears it to center ice. Lilliquist has it now. Glover takes his man out, pins him up against the boards. Now it's played by Scahill near side. Pereira, he takes the hit. Loose puck. Vance has it. Tries to spin away from the Bulls' defense. He gives it to Osick. Right back to Carson Vance. He sends a wrister in. Save made. by Stewart. Now McKinney a little bit too close into the grill of Hayden Stewart. Birmingham didn't appreciate that very much. I don't mind him being close, but he just stood there.
Look, over here to
now
the right.
we got Scahill along with, I believe, Paxton LaRue. They're tying each other up. The referees and linesmen are behind the net. I believe everyone's going to calm. Now, wait a minute. I said that. Now LaRue takes a punch at Scahill. He gives it right back. Okay, we're starting off a little chippy here to begin with. I believe Knoxville's trying to send a message after a 5-1 drubbing last night. They don't think Birmingham has the answer for their toughness, it appears to me.
Well, look at LaRue, Jody. He got, all of maybe 3 shifts last night?
Yeah.
And now here he is out here in the first period before the 10-minute mark. So I think Knoxville's definitely trying to send a message. And
LaRue has 2 points on the year, but 78 penalty minutes.
Yep.
So, he serves his purpose. I know I'm old school, Greg, but I do believe you need a couple of those guys on your team.
Oh, for sure you do. And you watch, because with LaRue bringing that one tonight and with the festivities of what went down in Roanoke last night, I guarantee you it won't be long before Kenny Britton's getting the tap down there for the Vipers and coming out and taking care of business with LaRue, if not Lilliquist first.
Face off in the bull zone, loose there at that dot, picked up by Tracy. He'll spin it near side. That's Walker. Cody Walker gains the center ice stripe, dumps it in, steered aside by Green. Sinclair dodges that pass. Picked up, though, by Bulls. Now the whistle blows. We're going to have a hand pass over here, so we'll have a face-off at center ice. 12:37 to go, first period. No score. Right now, Knoxville out shooting the Vipers, if you will, 5-4. The good guys are wearing black. Knoxville's wearing white. That's all I can tell you. Cahaba Valley Vipers / Birmingham Bulls. Off the draw, puck played by the Bulls. And Sadowski gets it ahead. Couldn't get it into the zone, though, as it was played by Knoxville and out. Near side, Tracy with it. Lofts one in. Far corner, Cody Walker has it. Taken away from him, though. He goes down on the play. Now a big hit there by his brother, CJ.
Yep.
Now through center ice, Bradshaw just taps it in. Sinclair plays it behind the net for Tracy. Couldn't get it past Kuzmich. Centering pass for Bradshaw off the mark. Birmingham comes the other way. C.J. Walker cuts through the slot. Couldn't get the shot off. His stick was lifted. Waits for some help from the bench as Birmingham is on a line change. Gagnon in front. Deflected there by Tsareski. Nice stop by Green. I'm not sure he saw it, but he made the save. Behind the net, Kyle Soper has it now for Knoxville. Banks one off the boards. Back to center ice. Bulls have it. Elditz one into the near corner, going in after it, Soretsky. Soretsky takes it away from Varava. Now behind the net, Birmingham has it. Now Kyle Soper takes it right back and clears. Soper goes down on the play. Varava didn't like it. Kennedy labeled him. Now there's a shot coming in from the point, right through the slot. Soretsky's shot made, save made by Green. Rebound comes all the way back to center ice.
Look out.
Now Cody Walker and Kent, as well as Gagnon, who has the puck, taps it around near side for Britton. Now Kenny Britton lifts one to center ice. Going after it there is Gronick, along with Cup. They'll ride into the far corner, still loose there. Played by Cody Walker. Now Gronick takes it away. Walker in front, save made, rebound loose. Cup has it. He'll go to the far boards and clear it down the ice. That's Cody Walker's best scoring chance since he's been with Birmingham. Played far boards by Gronick. Taps it in. Britton has it. He takes the hit from Jimmy Soper, who takes the puck away, and it'll send it near side. Roach gives it up for Cup. Gets past Danny Waite. Tyler Williams tried to poke it in. Does. But Jimmy Soper was in ahead of the play. They'll have to retreat out of the Bull zone. Birmingham puts it right back in, and icing is going to be called as Pereira just didn't have enough room there. He dumped it before he got to that center ice stripe. So 10 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the first. Still no score.
Bulls very aggressive on the forecheck, Jody, putting that puck in deep. Keeping it away from Green is key. Unless you're dumping it in on him, that's probably your best play. But with their speed and the size of Knoxville's defense, definitely
Yeah.
a mismatch there.
That may be key, what you just said. Knoxville's defense, very, very big, very tall. As Vance touches up another icing on the Bulls, they'll come right back down now. Glover didn't like it. He's
Yep.
questioning the linesman. I think he believes someone tapped it. It's not going to matter. We'll have a face-off to the left of Hayden Stewart. Birmingham out shooting Knoxville at this moment, 6-5.
Well, Jody, you know, looking at these jerseys that the Bulls have on tonight, I'd really like them if they were
You do?
totally trimmed out in white.
Yep.
Like, I like that white.
The style is
Yep.
nice. The color scheme is nice, but you're right. If it was in white, it'd be perfect jersey. That was a
Let's
shot
go.
deflected in front. Save made, and another on the rebound from Dawson McKinney. That shot just a floater from the point. Now it squirts 3 to the goal mouth. Bulls just backhand one down the ice, and another icing will be called as Lilliquist touches up. We'll have another media timeout. Now, Greg, Birmingham seems to be getting into a little trouble now in their own zone. There's a lot of traffic in front of Hayden Stewart, and they don't seem to be pouncing on the rebounds like they did last night.
Well, and you talked about the size differential, too, and it's exactly the opposite when you talk about Birmingham's defensive core compared to some of the forwards on Knoxville. And Knoxville's being able to get in front of the net, and the Bulls' defense aren't moving them real well. So that's going to create a lot of traffic in front of Hayden Stewart. And you talk about the goals you're going to get on Hayden Stewart, definitely not conventional goals. You're not just going to come down and bury one over his shoulder or glove hand or anything like that. And that's why you're seeing the Knoxville D just put little floaters in because they're getting so much traffic in front of them.
Only one Knoxville defender less than 6 feet tall, and that's Carson Vance, their leading defensive scorer. Birmingham is, you can tell, and we thought it would happen. Knoxville's came out and played a much different hockey game tonight so far than they did last night. Birmingham's going to have to elevate their play and work ethic just to be able to do some of the things they did last night.
Definitely.
All right, 9:41 to go. First period of play. Faceoff will come back in the Bull zone or Viper zone. Once again, Birmingham wearing the black, trimmed in green. Knoxville in the white. Tosto on the draw for the Ice Bears. Drake Glover for the Bulls. It's amazing, too. We talked a little bit last night about how one player can make such a big difference, but Drake Glover, when he came in, we were in trouble, Greg, and suddenly we're above 500. Off the draw, Branshaw feeds one in front for Kuzmich. His shot stopped, floats in the air, picked up by Olenek. Puck taken away by Branshaw. Deflected aside by Pereira. Back at the point, though, Kuzmich has it. He sends one in looking for a deflection. It goes wide into the corner. Tosto right back to Carson Vance, just inside the blue line. Waite plays him. Branshaw now with the puck in front for Kuzmich. Off the mark. Vance picks the puck up, though, for Knoxville. They're buzzing in the Bull zone. Vance takes the shot, knocked down in front, never made it through as Scahill takes the puck. Far side, Connor banks one off the boards, past Vance. Danny Waite going in after it. Vance will catch up with it first. Nice feed in front. Walker, a shot. Cody's shot just sailed high and above that crossbar on the feed from Waite. There's another one-timer. Another one from Tracy. That never made it through. Tracy again. Puck comes along the near boards. Connor Green and Luck keeping that puck out of the net. Now Cody Walker takes the shot. That one stopped by Green. Feed through the goal mouth, gets past everyone. Played near side. CJ Walker. Far side, there's a shot. That one may have rang off the post.
It did.
As Tosto takes the rebound and takes no chances, just ices the puck down, and Sadowski touches up. That was a heck of a 30-second shift there for the Bulls, almost resulting in a goal.
Well, as impressive as it was for the Bulls, Jody, and what a shot by Sadowski there just to cap it off at the end. But Green as well is playing with a lot more energy tonight. Like he had 2 or 3 big saves right there and a quickness moving across side to side in the crease.
He seems to feed off those saves too.
Yes.
And elevates his play and his confidence. Face off to his left. 5-on-5 hockey, 8:19 to go, first period, no score. Sinclair on the draw for Birmingham, and I believe that's Tosto for Knoxville. Off the draw, no one really Wins it clearly back at the point. Birmingham takes the shot. Blocker save made by Green, and Kuzmic just lift one to center ice. Knoxville will change lines. Pass into the Knoxville zone. Britton couldn't control. Knoxville will try and shovel it out, and they do. Tyler Williams with the puck, who has Kent with him. Gets past Sinclair. Williams puts the brakes on, feeds it back at the point. Kent takes the shot, knocked down by the Bulls in front, and it's lifted high into the air to center ice. Kent gloves it and drops it, and he'll back play it over for Soper. Now Williams tips it in. Gets behind the net of Hayden Stewart, played by Sadovsky. Far side, Youngworth. Now loose puck at center ice, played by Billy Roach. He'll send it to the near wing where no one there except Sinclair. Along the near boards, played by Kennedy. He gives it up for Wood. Wood floats one in front, score! Hard work once again in the offensive zone, and Knoxville, Greg, for the fourth time in a little over 4 periods, just cannot escape their own zone defensively. Coughs the puck up, and Birmingham takes a very important 1-0 lead.
Very similar to last night, Jody. Here he is, straight from the coast, coming back. Hasn't been in town more than 3 days, but it's Kennedy again.
He scored the same type goal last night in the same location. I mean, Sean Kennedy with his 8th goal of the year, but a nice feed as well. We'll get the call in a minute. Birmingham takes a 1-0 lead, 7:15 to go here in the first period. We'll see what that does to both teams as Osick brings the puck in the Bull zone. Poked away from Osick. Youngworth plays it far boards. Gaeta with the puck. He gives it to Dawson McKinney. Back at the point for Vance. He tried to feed it to Gaeta. Gets past everyone. Osick with the puck now. He drops it for Vance. Nice play by Wood. Lifts the stick, and almost Gagnon had a breakaway. Look out, Green almost put it in his own net. He tried to clear it and it hit the butt end of his stick. Now back into the Bull zone. Puck is played. Back to get it is Scahill. And as he touches up, icing is called. Greg, Connor Green he's unbelievable from 10 feet in.
I'm telling you, Jody.
But beyond that, good luck.
Hardy Astrom right there.
Gosh.
And I say that partially in jest, Jody, because back in the day in Belleville when I played junior, they had a sign posted up with my likeness on there, and it said the Hardy Astrom Complex. And
trying to say you couldn't handle those bouncers either?
Well, it was the same way.
Off the draw, puck loose in the near corner. It's played by Knoxville. Glover comes in and tries to tie up his man and get the puck loose. And Olenek as well now put back into the Bull zone, going back to get it defensively is Scahill. Has his parents in town, I'm sure he'd love to do more than he did last night, and he had a heck of a game last night. Now puck put back into the Bull zone, going in after it is Tosto. Stewart will play it himself. Kuzmic intercepts that pass. Now it's tied up in the corner. Tosto and Kuzmic, along with Pereira and Waite. Puck now played behind the Bulls net. Pereira gives it up far side for Glover. Glover ahead for Olenek. Lilliquist back defensively. Olenek puts the brakes on, gives it to Danny Waite. Waite takes the shot, never made it through. Is blocked by the Knoxville defense, and Branshaw, he'll take it and put it into the Bull zone. Knocked down, though. Nice play by Sadovsky. I'm surprised they didn't call a hand pass, but nothing doing there. Birmingham with the puck. Tracy. Nice pass. Gets it away to Walker. And a nice move. Takes a shot. Score! Holy cow! What a play by C.J. Walker. He took a pass that at best was questionable. Right. He gained control of it. Got the puck around the defenseman and just sent one high above that left shoulder.
Yep.
Yesterday you talked about how Connor Green's weakness seemed to be he'd go down early and he goes down a lot. And there it was. You called it perfectly, Greg. Birmingham, just like last night, now up 2-0.
Well, Jody, how about that play by Sadovsky at the blue line? He jumped up about 10 feet in the air and pawed that one forward. It bounced off a Knoxville player's shin pad, and therefore that's what took away the glove pass, and the Bulls convert.
Cody Walker with the puck. He dodges the hit by Barava and sends it in deep. He gets past his brother CJ for Timmy Kent. Along the near boards, gets it ahead to center ice for Soper. Sadowski has it. Take it away from Soper. Now Birmingham lost one. They tried to pass, but it didn't work.
No icing.
No icing is called as it was tipped, possibly. I didn't see it by Knoxville. Played by Kyle Soper. Slowly now in his own zone. Soper gets around Kennedy, and he'll put it in deep. Nice play by Hayden Stewart.
Yep.
Stops the puck. Floats one off the boards. Funny hop there, now played by Knoxville. Soper going in after taken by Birmingham, and they'll clear. Just outside their own blue line, Knoxville has it. Williams with the puck, he'll shovel it back for Gleb Varava. Varava looks for a place to go. He'll step out left side. Soretsky was there, so he'll give it back to Vance, who floats one into center ice, all the way into the Bull zone. Going after it, Williams will catch up with it first, so no icing. Quick skating, Tyler Williams. Shovels it behind the net. It gets past McKinney. Along the near boards, Birmingham will play it and back out. Now Lilliquist, no icing. Lilliquist tried to sell an icing, but it just basically floated right by him. McKinney will bring it right back into the Bull zone. Osick with him along with Gaeta. Osick couldn't control the pass, but has it far boards. Loose puck there, picked up by the Bulls. Now loft one to center ice. Britton tips it in. Lilliquist goes back. Robin Lilliquist now with the puck, skating through center ice. Goes left wing side. Gets past Pereira. Lilliquist, coast to coast. Osick was there. There's a rebound, that shoveling pass. He tried to wrap around Lilliquist, and it almost worked.
Right.
Now Birmingham 2-on-1 if we can hurry the other way. Glover along with Olenek. Glover takes the shot high. Played along the near boards. Gaeta will come out with it. David Gaeta lost possession. Birmingham sends it right back to center ice. Cup will shovel over near side for Billy Roach, and he'll put it back into the Bull zone.
Jody Glover skating like a man possessed out there, not just offensively. He was the first guy back on that back check.
Now Kennedy had it, almost breaking in on the right wing side, but chopped back to center ice. Puck played there, loose at the Knoxville blue line. And the Ice Bears Kuzmich gets it ahead. Played by Tosto. His backhander was knocked down by his own man, Cup. Now the puck is loose behind the Bulls' net. Birmingham chips it along the near boards. Tosto keeps it in. Takes the shot, blocked by the Bulls' defense of Tracy, and Birmingham clears it down the ice. Birmingham making it very difficult, Greg, in the defensive zone. The passes in the shooting lanes are being filled by sticks and bodies for Birmingham. Well, we did not see that early in the season.
And they're moving their feet, Jody. That's the most impressive thing, is these guys are intense and they're aggressive in both zones.
Icing will be called on the Bulls. I noticed that last week against Macon, that there were a lot of plays where Macon had open men, but they could not feed the puck to them because the Birmingham sticks and bodies were trying their best to interfere with those passes. I don't know what Craig Simchuk has done to tweak that, but I'm not kidding. That was the biggest difference to me I saw last week, and it's starting again tonight.
Well, and I think part of it is just pointing it out, Jody, and that's the importance of like the video review and that kind of stuff that Coach Simchuk does with the team through the week as they prepare for the team coming up the following weekend. But you saw it Saturday night about how the Bulls, when they move their feet in the defensive zone, they're hard to play against. And when they all kind of stood still, especially in that one when Ledzianko got hurt, and he seemed to be one of those prime factors and batteries of the Bulls really doing well defensively.
Yeah.
But when everybody stood around, it looked like Macon, all of a sudden they stepped out of the NHL.
Kip, once again, out of the lineup tonight. Kip and his brother Phil. Phil's been out for a long time after surgery. He may not be back. Kip out for a second game in a row. There's a deflection in front. Right there, though, was Stewart. He had a little trouble locating it, but once he did, he squeezed it close to the the belly of his body, and we'll have another face-off there. Stewart just looks to be dialed in the last two games.
Definitely. He's really been doing well. Hayden Stewart in the last two games, Jody, 6 periods, 1 goal. That's very impressive, and that's the Hayden Stewart that we've known to grow and love here over the last couple of years.
Now off the draw, Knoxville took the shot, goes into the netting, out of play. If you're Knoxville, though, Greg, the same thing that happened last night started tonight. You're still a 2-goal lead. You're not out of it, but you got to have that in your head somewhere like, what is going on here? What's happening to us?
Well, a lot of times, Jody, it's that goaltending factor that gets in your head. You know what I mean? Where guys are taking shots, they're making plays and just shaking their head at Hayden Stewart.
Kyle Soper feeds it far side for Vance, back to Soper. He just dumps it far corner without even a shot. Birmingham will easily clear. Knocked down by Williams. Williams gets past Bulls defense, but Pereira, loose puck now picked up by Kyle Soper, and he'll backhand one in. Youngworth with the puck. Soft pass up, right wing side. Birmingham has it. Gagnon will bring it in to the Knoxville zone. Drops it back for Walker. CJ with a goal tonight. Sends it around far side. Gagnon puts his shoulder into Williams, takes the puck away. His shot goes a little wide. Near side, Cody Walker has it. He shovels it behind the net for Sinclair. Comes off his stick, back behind the net, Cody Walker has it. Looked for a place to go. Vance all over Cody.
Look out.
Now Soper comes in high, taking out Cody Walker. No call, and Knoxville will clear it back into center ice, and Kent puts it right in on Stewart.
That was a borderline headshot there,
Yeah,
Jody.
he went high, no doubt about it. Birmingham now with a less than minute to go in the first period brings the puck back into the Knoxville zone. Scahill sends it far side. Lilliquist will get there first, and he just lifts one but not out. Nice play by Pereira to keep it alive by the Bulls. Who has the puck? Pereira in front, looking for a deflection from Walker, but the stick on the puck of Gaeta kept that from happening.
Trying to feed it through that triangle, Jody, where the stick comes down and goes up against the shin pads. He just almost had it through.
Now look out, Glover's lost his helmet.
Leave.
He's got to come to the bench in a hurry, and he does. Osick will bring it in. We're down to 20 seconds to go in this period. Puck played behind the net, centering pass, taken away by Waite. Far boards, Knoxville has it. They'll center one back to Rote, top of the face-off circle. Can't get past Kennedy. He just throws one in front. Olenek picks the puck up, and that'll do it with 4 seconds to go. Knoxville's Cup just sends one in.
Yep.
Around the boards it goes.
Look out.
And that'll do it. Now McKinney
Nah, he pulled up.
But
yeah.
still is not appreciated by the Bulls. He wanted, that may be a little frustration already setting up in Knoxville, but to his credit, he pulled up.
I think so. And when I first saw him coming, Jody, I was like you.
Yeah.
I saw him wind up there at the circles. I was like, uh-oh. If he comes in and finishes this check like it looked like he was going to.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
I don't think he would have came out of there because you saw the 4 Bulls immediately.
Yeah.
All had him covered up. And, you know, interestingly enough, Jody, you talked about Drake Glover and the impact that that guy has had. And think about it. He came in when? Early December?
Mid-December, mid to late December.
Okay. So he missed 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And where he's sitting right now, 15th in the SPHL in scoring. Drake Glover.
That's an incredible impact when you see it. And last night we talked about the record that Birmingham has since he joined the Bulls late December and how much of a difference he actually has made. And again, I mentioned it earlier, we're without Kepledzianko, by far our best player, without his brother on the ice. And some would argue that Phil, his brother, is the best player on this team. Well, there's some stats that may make that a little different when you look at what C.J. Walker has done and Drake Glover is continuing to do. And, of course, Kepledzianko as well, sorely missed out of the Bulls lineup. Sorely missed. We could really use him really bad in so many ways, defensively as well as offensively. But Birmingham responding. 2 goals in that first period, one by Kennedy, the other by C.J. Walker. The first goal that gave the Bulls the 1-0 lead. Sean Kennedy with the goal, is 8th of the season, 12:42. The time of that goal. Matt Wood, once again on the scoreboard. He gets to the primary assist, and McGregor Sinclair the other. Then at 14:33, just a couple of minutes later, a minute 59 to be precise, Birmingham takes a 2-0 lead. C.J. Walker, once again, he scores his 11th goal of the season, assist to Colton Olenek and Colin Tracy. And we'll talk about it after we come back from the break, but Birmingham's starting to spread the love around scoring-wise. You're getting to see more people on the scoreboard other than the usual suspects that had been, which is good for, at least in my opinion, the depth of the Bulls. Birmingham, 14-9 outshoots Knoxville, but more importantly, takes a 2-0 lead into the locker room. Now, when Birmingham leads after one, is nothing special, 8-5, 0-1. But once again, when Knoxville trails, they're having a tough time. They only won 4 games, lost 13 when they're trailing after one. But again, Greg, what's the score? It's a 2-goal lead for the Bulls.
Right.
We need that third goal, and I want it in a hurry.
Well, Jody, I feel better right now the way the Bulls are playing, 2-goal lead or not. The thing that I'm impressed with is nothing changed about their game plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does look the
They're
same.
still being aggressive. They're moving their feet. They're very intense. They're physical when it's there. I mean, even Gagnon got into it over there on the far side, throwing a big hit. And it's those little things where guys do things out of their everyday stuff. And for Gagnon to step up and have that hit over there, that's a huge testament to that kid. You know, I know we get on him a lot for how much he swings his stick from time to time, takes a lot of bad penalties and things like that. But there's a guy who is quietly becoming a guy who I'm starting to admire a little bit because he goes into the dirty places. When he takes penalties, he's not my guy anymore, but you know what I mean?
But he's not going to back down from anybody.
Right.
He's backed offensively. You can rely on him in the defensive zone, which to me is paramount of importance. He is taking penalties, but as you said, he's played so well the last couple of weeks of the season. Remember last year, Greg, Evansville was 9th or 10th in the league with a couple of months to go. They weren't playing anything special, nothing, nothing flashy. They're just getting by, to be honest with you. And they wind up barely making the playoffs in that 8th spot and winds up making the finals and winning it over Knoxville. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen with Birmingham, but it just feels so much better.
It does.
Being here watching the Bulls play based on what we saw earlier in the season.
100%, Jody. And you talked about the expansion of the scoring threat for the Bulls, and I think that's a big thing to take into consideration where in the last couple games, it feels like they've expanded from 3 to 6. You know what I mean? So can you imagine what does the world look like for the Birmingham Bulls if Ledzianko's healthy and the other Ledzianko comes back too?
Well, when you can go from having one good line that you can rely on for goals to having 2, then that just opens up everything everywhere. And as we talked about earlier, the love's being spread around. People are getting on the scorecard that normally back in December and early January, it wasn't happening.
Right. It was the one-man Drake Glover on the power play show, which isn't a bad thing, but that's probably why the Bulls' power play is first overall in the SPHL, because Glover has like 9 power play goals and, leading the league. But last night, looking at the Birmingham goal scorers, they had goals from 5 different players. They had Matt Wood, Bartuccio Pereira, Danny Waite, Kennedy, and C.J. Walker, and that doesn't include Glover in that. So you can very easily say 6 or 7 deep now in the goal scoring, and it's a lot harder for a coach coming in to shut down a line because a line is 3 forwards. But when you have 6 or 7 who are putting the puck in the net, it sets up for a very different and dangerous game plan that the Bulls bring to the table.
Yeah, and Gerskis, the head coach from Knoxville, I'm sure just like anyone else, you prepare for these games and you watch the videos and you watch for tendencies and so on. I don't think he was counting on anybody other than Kip Ledzianko, C.J. Walker, and Drake Glover doing anything for the Bulls, and what a surprise he's been given.
Oh, 100%. So the Bulls, at least tonight, with their best 20 minutes of the first 4 periods, in my opinion, and hopefully they're down there getting some rest and they come out and carry this over into the second.
Now, when you go into a locker room, when you've played as well as you did in the first period, and you got a couple of goal lead.
Yep.
Now, and be honest with me, is there ever a point where it starts to creep into your mind, oh, we got this, we got this, we got this?
Not considering how far the Bulls have fought from going where they were at the start of the year and how miserable things were. Face it, Jody. I mean, it was crazy. And you know what? It's one of those things where it's a long season, 56, 57 games, whatever it is. But a lot of teams, they peak early in the year or they battle it out in the trenches. They just survived. You mentioned Evansville before, and you know what? I really like, from what we're seeing, if the Bulls could keep up this product that we just got in this 20 minutes, I don't care who you're playing, they're going to be tough to beat.
I really mean this when I say we started this season, Greg, with, I believe, 11 rookies on the starting lineup, opening roster night.
Oh, yeah.
And we knew that was going to make things difficult. We knew that. Drake Glover wasn't here. The only two players that really, and C.J. Walker wasn't even here. He was in the coast.
Right.
So with that said, you take this team, and Craig Simchuk has to be given all the credit in this.
100%.
He didn't panic. He didn't start cutting players like crazy. He didn't start bringing any and everybody he could in. He slowly and methodically worked his way, coaching these players up, these young kids, rookies up, trying to change bad habits, trying to build on good habits. When he could pick up a player or two that he felt he could improve the team with, he pulled the trigger and did it. But he stayed with it, never panicking. He's brought this team back not only to 500, but we're on the brink, in my opinion, of something special. I love the way this Birmingham Bulls hockey team looks.
Oh, definitely. You talk about Coach Simchuk coaching up these players and where they've gone from the beginning of the season to where they are now. I mean, a prime example in this first 20 minutes, I think, is Matt Wood. Like, holy cow, he was all over the ice, Jody, and we just didn't see that in the beginning.
It's hard to remember calling his name a lot earlier in the year.
That's what I'm saying. He was not. He wasn't. Like, now he's like an every third shift kind of guy, and before, in the earlier part of the season, he just didn't have his bearings, was kind of skating around out there. But you couldn't count on him defensively to have his stuff. Yeah, he had some offensive spurt, but you don't want guys who have a few points and they're minus 10 or 15. You know what I mean? And that's something where Matt Wood and Drake Glover, especially, too, in that period, down and back, forecheck, back check, paycheck, those two guys are checking all the boxes.
Well, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, and I'm not going to be the one that just looks at the pie in the sky. I realize this is a hockey game. With 40 minutes left to go in it, anything can happen, but I certainly feel good. This Birmingham Bulls hockey team looks excellent in the way they're playing. And let's please keep this in mind. Once again, Hayden Stewart being that foundation on that back end. That's 7 periods now with only 1 goal given up. And you just have to feel great about what the Bulls are doing. We'll take a break. Score at the end of 1 period of play. Birmingham 2, Knoxville nothing. Greg Dreveny along with Jody Chernesky, and this is Birmingham Bulls hockey. Welcome back to the Pelham Civic Complex. Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Drevany as we get set to start the second period of play. Birmingham with a 2-0 lead over the Knoxville Ice Bears. Around the league tonight, all games are important, but tonight, Pensacola in Fayetteville, they're tied at 3 as they're going into overtime. 3-3 the score there, so Fayetteville's going to at least come away with 1 point. That does affect the Bulls in a smaller way, but nonetheless, they're going to get at least a point, if not 2. Now, the oddest score to me, and the oddest games of the weekend, Quad City in Roanoke. And Greg, last night, Roanoke destroyed Quad City, 8-0, fights everywhere. I showed you the score sheet, continuing altercation, penalties, people tossed. It was just a madhouse there and an easy win for Roanoke, 8-0. Tonight, Quad City's returning the favor. They're up on Roanoke, in Roanoke, 7-1, and that's after 2 periods of play. I don't know what's going on there. 7-1 after 40 minutes. That's a lot
of goals, Jody.
Now, Evansville, they're up 1-0 over Peoria. That does affect Birmingham as well. Evansville's not out of reach of the Birmingham Bulls. And Macon, once again, Greg, I've said it along a while, Macon is a lot better hockey team than their record, and you might think they're up 1-0 over Huntsville. We're getting set here for the second period of play. I'll be interested to see exactly how Birmingham comes out with that 2-goal lead, what the mentality is of both teams, to be honest with you. I hope Birmingham's continue to put that foot on the gas pedal and get going.
Oh, 100%. It'd be good to see here in the next 20 minutes. It'd be a big telltale sign.
Off the draw, Sadowski had it, tried to get it in deep, knocked down. Now it's loose in the Knoxville zone, knocked down by Carson Vance with a high stick. So we'll have a face-off just 11 seconds into this second period of play. The Vipers, or Bulls if you will, wearing black. Once again, if you're just joining us, green numerals, white, green piping, white jerseys for Knoxville. Face-off will be the left of Connor Green. Danny Waite looked like he injured himself there on that draw. He pulled up. Sadowski gets control of it. He'll send it around the net. Comes out in front. Branshaw was there, though, and he'll just clear. An odd hop off the boards resulted in a scoring chance for the Bulls. Now Carson Vance has it up against the glass. Banks one, but not out. But it comes to Branshaw, who does clear. Holding something that makes me nervous. He's been injured all year long, and we don't need to see him go. Now he goes, of all people, into the boards hard, and he's waiting to get up.
Yep.
It's very slow to get up. Come on, Danny, you got to get through this. There's a shot taken. Connor Green with a save. Waite laboring to the bench. Loose puck picked up far near side by the Bulls. Kuzmich tried to take that pass away from Sinclair, knocked it down, and Knoxville will put it back in. Keep an eye out on Danny Waite to see if he can come out for his next shift. Now Sinclair with the puck. He'll drop it for Cody Walker. Takes the shot, saved there. Walker with a nice shot right at the goal line. Green makes the save. Puck bounced down, and he covers it up.
Both teams buzzing, Jody, at the start of this second period, minute and 12 seconds in. The Bulls are coming up. A lot of neutral zone hitting there by Knoxville out early, but the Bulls get it down, maintain control down deep. Good scoring opportunity.
I'm watching the Bulls bench, the Vipers bench. Ellen, the trainer, he's not anywhere near that Danny Waite. No, he's not anywhere near Danny Waite, so that may be a good sign. Back at center ice, Tyler Williams takes the puck in for Knoxville, whips one around the boards. Tipped away by Gagnon, but it comes to Kent. Kent brings it right back around near side. Birmingham has to hustle over and can't get it out. C.J. Walker had it, now Sinclair does. He gets it back into center ice. Jimmy Soper backhands a pass over for Tyler Williams, right back in the Bull zone. He'll drop it back for Cup. His shot goes well wide of the net. Played by Cody Walker. He takes a big hit and a stick high from Billy Roach. Now it's played behind the net. Williams. Varava. He takes a shot, deflected. Gets it back to Williams. Shovels it down. Comes all the way outside of the zone, and Varava will take it, and he'll send it right back in. That puck got away from Jimmy Soper. Now Gagnon chops at it, and the puck goes in the stands out of play. I haven't seen Danny Waite yet, as Pereira and Scahill come on the ice defensively for the Bulls. Matt Wood, he's out with Parker Soretsky and Sean Kennedy.
Well, we'll see what happens with Waite, Jody. But, yeah, you're definitely right. wait and see, I think, is the theme there with him.
I don't even see him on the bench, though, Greg.
Yeah, he went in hard there on that far wall.
There he is.
So we'll see how he does.
He's standing beside Drake Glover and Colton Olenek. Maybe he's okay, but he got hurt twice on the same shift. First on the draw, and then he went hard into the boards. Now McKinney in the Bull zone. Drives it back for Varava, tipped out, poke checked away by the Bulls, and Knoxville sends it right back in. Out through center ice, Matt Wood has it, comes into the Knoxville zone, tried to shovel it back to Kennedy, knocked away by Kyle Soper, and Varava can't clear. Soreski keeps it alive for the Bulls. Behind the net, Kyle Soper plays it. Gets past Scahill, but Soreski has it for the Bulls, and he'll set it up back in his own zone. 17 minutes to go, second period. Bulls still up 2-0. Glebe Varava sets it up near side for McKinney. McKinney plays it behind the Bulls' goal line. Loose puck picked up by Knoxville. They'll shovel it back for Varava. Vance takes a shot. That one well wide of the net. Varava can't keep it in, and the Bulls send it back to center ice. Played in by Branshaw, but offside is the call as Blake Tosto was in ahead of the play. 16:35 to go, second period. Face-off will be outside of the Bulls' blue line.
Yeah, you can see McKinney there caught at the end of his shift, Jody. He had no interest whatsoever of getting back on side there, and he just took that one and came straight
Kind of
to the
odd
bench.
looking.
Yeah.
He didn't even try to get onside.
No, he was winded.
Sinclair on the draw for the Bulls, won by Tosto. Carson Vance takes it, whips it around the boards. Played there by Sadovsky. Tied up along the near side, Tosto. Lost it to Gronick. Sinclair will take it out far side. Now ahead, Gronick has it. Got behind Kuzmich, but couldn't control the pass. Behind the net, nice play by Sadovsky. Taken there by the Bulls. There's a shot taken just wide by Sinclair on the centering pass. Kuzmich picks the loose puck up for Knoxville, and they'll skate away into the Bulls zone. Tosto try to return for Kuzmich, out of his reach. Played behind the Bulls goal line. Sadovsky and Tracy there along with Kuzmich trying to poke it free, tied up. Now it finally squirts free into the corner. Kuzmich has it. Possession being fought for, puck still fought for, and it finally gets outside of the Bulls zone. They'll bring it back into the Knoxville end. There's a shot steered aside by Green. Centering pass knocked away. Played behind the net, now to come near side. Britton has it. His shot is knocked down by Branshaw, and Birmingham's Gagnon. Nice play, hustles over to keep Branshaw from going in. Puck gets by everyone, played by Cup in his own zone. Now through center ice, puck bounces to Jimmy Soper. Wood on him. Soper had it poked away from him. A nice play, but it comes right to Kent. Brings it in. 2 men back. Kent whiffed on the shot. He goes down on the play. Played near side Tyler Williams. He goes down and it gets past Jimmy Soper. Vance pitches in. His shot goes through the slot. Played far side by Kyle Soper. A lot of defensive players for Knoxville just getting involved already in the play offensively. They'll leave their position. Varava whips it around far side for Gagnon. Avoids the check, but it comes to Kent. Kent cuts around behind that. Wrap around, save made. Rebound taken by Waite, and he'll just clear it down the ice. And icing is called on Knoxville. Greg, I have noticed really last night as well, the Knoxville defensemen are out of position so much in that offensive zone, or the Bulls defensive zone. They'll get into the corners and make their forwards have to go back defensively to take their spot.
Yeah, you see that a lot. They've almost got a 5-man rotation going there, Jody, where they put the puck low in the corner, the D pinch in, but they don't pinch and pull out like the Bulls defense do. They pinch and then they go and they finish out the shift down in the corner. They've got forwards back on D, D up on forwards. And
well, is that a system, or is that just the way they're just jumping in the play right now?
there is a system. It's called the swarm. And basically with the swarm, Jody, what they run is whoever the 3 guys closest to the puck are, doesn't matter if you're forward or D, your job is to go and attack the puck and create pressure and try and get one of those turnovers. Now, it's very effective.
Risky though, right?
It is. But you have to rely on, and part of that is the coaching, but your forwards have to recognize if you're not one of the 3 guys, that you've got to pull back and fill those defensive slots.
14:32 to go, second period. Bulls up 2-0, out shooting Knoxville 17-10 thus far. Loose puck played by Gaeta. Shot, save made, snatched out of the air once again by Hayden Stewart. Quick mitt, Greg. Ripped that one out of the air, and again, he had 2 snatching saves last night, and again, here's another tonight.
And that's when you know you're feeling it, Jody, when you make that glove save like that and you dress it up for the crowd just like Hayden Stewart did on that one. Great save, but I love the after.
Off the draw, Lilliquist has it. His shot deflected by Wood, out of play, so we'll do it again. I'm very, very impressed with what Hayden Stewart's been able to do. And I mean, let's be honest, he had a rough start to this year. At one time, he led the league in losses. Here he is playing like he's Patrick Waugh out there now. Off the draw, Birmingham has it. Can't lift it out of the zone, kept alive by Osick. Now Birmingham in their own zone takes it. That's Soretsky. He banks one off the boards into center ice. Puck finds its way on the stick of Kennedy. Nice move, shot, score! Holy cow! Once again in the Knoxville zone, they have trouble taking the puck and doing something productive with it. But Kennedy, what a play.
Yep.
He moved around, one man got in front, and I mean undressed the defenseman, and there was no way Connor Green could make that stop. No way.
As soon as the D stepped forward into Kennedy, Jody, he pulled that out, little toe drag, pulled it through him, came in, went to his forehand, and by that time, the puck's already in the net. You can hang that one out to dry, but what an individual effort there by Kennedy on that goal.
That was Lilliquist he undressed, and I mean, there's just no other way to put it. He just made an unbelievable move. 3-0 now, Birmingham leads. Big, big goal for the Bulls. We'll see how that mentally affects Knoxville, who has the puck in the Bull zone now. They'll play it back at the point for Jarrett Cupp. Sends a shot in, blocked in front. Rebound loose. Paxton LaRue couldn't play it, and it comes back into the Knoxville end of the ice. C.J. Walker takes Cupp into the boards hard. They can't clear. Taken now by Kennedy. He's got a pair on the night. Loose puck in the far corner, played behind the net for Cupp, and he'll slide it near side. Tosto and Sadowski go in after it. Puck squirts free, knocked into the air, played by Knoxville and out. Sadowski will slide it over. There's a shot taken, save made. Rebound was there for Waite, but knocked away from him before he could put his stick on the puck. Birmingham slides it right back in. Tosto, he lifts one out, gets past Tracy. Back for Birmingham, Sadowski was there. He'll give it back to Colin Tracy. Tipped in deep, it'll slide behind the net. Near side played by the Bulls. Kept alive by Gagnon. Tracy takes a shot, save made, rebound loose, still loose. And Waite was right there, great shot and an opportunity by Waite, but Greg, he slid it right into the rear end of a sprawling Connor Green, who makes the stop, and he just sits there on the puck. So a face-off will come up to his right.
He did, but you can see how dynamic Green is in tight, Jody.
Yeah.
With those shots from the Bulls. He's East Coast, he's West Coast, he's all over the place. But then you get a high bleeding shot from the far wall that hits his blocker, and the rebound is just sloppy out here on the far side.
5:54 the time of that goal. Matt Wood on the assist. C.J. Walker's second goal of the night. Kyle Soper with the puck behind his own net. Banks went up the boards to Tim Kent. Timmy lost the puck. Sinclair puts it right back in. Kyle Soper slides it over for Varava. It gets past him. Britton takes the hit there from Kyle Soper. Loose puck now back behind the net, played by Jimmy Soper. He'll slide it back to his brother, Kyle. Lee Varava tips one into center ice. It gets past Timmy Kent. Gagnon, look out. Dangerous pass there, knocked down. Sinclair with a hustling play just from his back, sends one out. Kyle Soper brings it right back in. Tyler Williams with the puck. Varava was calling for the puck. He couldn't get it. There's a shot taken. Blocker save made by Hayden Stewart, and the puck escapes into center ice. Nice play by Britton. He goes down, breaks the pass up, almost was on a breakaway. Kyle Soper ahead off the stick of Timmy Kent. Kent can't get past Pereira, plays into the corner, picked up by Bartuccio Pereira. Slides one out, it'll get past the blue line into center ice while Soper has it for Knoxville. Vance ahead. Tried to get it for Soper. It gets past him, but Kent sends one in deep, played by Stewart. Look out, Stewart had a little trouble with that one. Birmingham does clear into center ice. McKinney takes it for Knoxville, puts it right back in. He's going in after it, look out. Comes right in on Stewart. McKinney goes in. He was trying to avoid Hayden Stewart, and he actually dove over him to keep from hitting him. But the Bulls didn't appreciate the closeness of that as he takes the net off the moorings. Big discussion going on behind the play, but there was no way he was trying to hit Hayden Stewart, or he could have leveled him.
Yeah, and that's the second time McKinney's done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like he thought about it, and then he was like, not right now.
Well, he went to Hayden Stewart just then. I'm not sure what was said, but it looked like, I'm sorry about that, is what was said.
Oh, no, that's, all is fair in love and war and all that stuff. But I'm glad Kenny pulled up twice on each of those attempts, because if he hadn't, Jody, we'd be sitting here watching a lot different hockey game. I guarantee you that.
It'd be a lot longer night because there'd be penalties everywhere.
Yeah.
Face off to the left of Hayden Stewart. Birmingham up 3-0. Now they're having a little problems with the net, trying to get it back secure onto the moorings.
Yeah, they can't just stick that in there. They got to put the pegs, they got to put the rubber pegs down in.
I'm not sure if maybe one was broken. They're having a little trouble with that one on the right post.
Yeah, they might have to call in. I know Jake Bradley's down there. You may know him as the Zamboni guy. But
it's loose. They're going to try it, I believe, but you can see he was shaking the post. It should be steady. It should be hard in place, but
there
all right, Stewart's giving it a good whack there. He slid his body into it, so face-off will come outside the Bulls' blue line, just at that dot far wall. 11:10 to go, second period. Birmingham out shooting Knoxville 21-12, and on the scoreboard, up 3-0 on the Ice Bears. Osick and Kennedy on the draw, loose, still at that dot. McKinney will send it in, stopped by Stewart. Up the near wall, played by the Bulls, but can't get it clear. Finally, it gets past Lilliquist. Soreski had a shot at it, but taken away now. Pereira puts it right back on the stick of Kennedy. Taken away by Vance. Loose puck. Now skate through center ice is Gaeta. Davide Gaeta, far side. There's McKinney, a shot. And once again, Stewart comes up big. Low shot on the ice. No traffic was in front, but Stewart went down and made the stop, keeping Knoxville off the board.
Big stop by Hayden Stewart there, Jody. But let's talk about Kenny Britton for a minute. Here's a guy, back when the Bulls brought him in, he was up playing in senior hockey in Canada somewhere, way up north, and the Bulls need to add some toughness. Since they've added Britton to the lineup, 9-4-0-1.
Makes a big difference, just the deterrent that he provides when you skate by that Bulls bench, knowing if you try any funny stuff, you got to answer to him. It's made a difference. Now off the draw, Birmingham's Walker gets it ahead, trying to hook up with his brother Cody. It comes in deep. No icing. Cup will play it far side for Branshaw. Knoxville can't clear. Stop there at their blue line, and they'll skate it out finally. Branshaw knocks the puck out of the air. Tracy picks it up for the Bulls. Walker hit from behind there by Tosto. Could have been a lot worse. Walker still holds on to the puck, and he'll slide it back to his defense. Sets it up 2-on-1. Cody Walker with it. Takes the shot wide of that far post.
Got to give it there, Jody.
Now Kuzmich through center ice. He'll bring it into the Bull zone. He takes the shot. That goes wide of the net. Rebound far side, sent behind the net. Birmingham's Cody Walker takes a hit there from Tosto. The whistle is called. And I don't know, this may be a penalty here. He's calling, I thought it may have been a hand pass, but too many men on the ice looks to be the call. Smart play by the Bulls, Greg. They saw the changes going on, players hopping over the boards and such. They just slid the puck over there, and it made it to the bench, and somebody touched it.
Well, no, it was 23, Jody.
Kuzmich.
It was Kuzmich who was coming in. I'm not sure if he got hit on the sidewall or what happened, but he was grimacing, holding his kind of elbow and shoulder in tight to his body. But yes, he was not moving to the bench for that line change in a hurry, partially because he was injured. Nonetheless, if Knoxville jumped on the ice and the Bulls saw that, and all they did was they took the puck and fired it right into the...
Yeah. Well, 9:52 to go here in the second period. This is the first power play. If it is a power play, they're still discussing it at center ice. Tyler Williams and Colton Olenek, along with the referees. We do know that Timmy Kent is in the penalty box. The Birmingham Bulls penalty box doors are open. Bench minor, 2 minute on the ice, served by Kent. So Birmingham on the power play, the first of the night for the Bulls. 24% success rate on the year. 33 power play goals for, but they have given up 5 shorties. Knoxville's not a bad penalty killing unit, 4th in the league. Drake Glover on the draw for the Bulls.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Williams, Jody.
Youngworth with it. Gives it for Danny Waite. Good to see him back out on the ice. Glover, he'll drop it down. Youngworth has it. Near side for Waite as the Bulls set the power play up. Youngworth gets it away from Williams, down low to Waite. Circling out is Glover. Waite in front, whistles it through the crease. Bulls have it. Down low, knocked away from Birmingham, and it'll back out into center ice. Played there by Youngworth. Waite cuts in front of him. Youngworth just whips it around the boards. It'll come far side for Sinclair. Tied up there, Tyler Williams, easy backhand down the ice. Stewart out of his net, he'll play it. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the second period. Birmingham out in front, 3-0 over the visiting Knoxville Ice Bears. Down to a minute to go in this power play. Youngworth sets it up, now Soretsky. He'll bring it in to the Knoxville zone, played far side. In front, Soretsky was there, just couldn't get the timing down on it. Scahill with it now. He'll play it for Wood. Back to Soretsky, blocker save made by Green. That was going to go wide anyway. Puck played along the far boards, and Knoxville clears it down the ice with 35 seconds of power play time remaining for the Bulls.
I think we're going to start calling him Sigretsky, Jody, because he's...
Easy there, pal. Easy there, Ace.
Because he's a playmaker, not Brett Hall, a goal scorer.
Into the Knoxville zone, knocked out by Roach down the ice. Stewart once again. Birmingham may have a chance for one more rush. We're down to 15 seconds of power play time remaining. They're in no hurry with a 3-0 lead. Here we go. Now through center ice. Tracy gets it ahead for Kennedy. Kennedy for Cody Walker. He wasn't expecting it, so it goes out of his reach. Now hit into the play, and Knoxville will clear it. You hear that banging on the ice, which means Knoxville is back at full strength as Stewart letting the guys know he's coming out of the box. Now Cody Walker tries to get past Kent, loses possession of the puck. McKinney takes it, and he'll slide it far side. Hustling over is Tracy to keep it alive for the Bulls. Cody Walker there avoids the hit. Now it's puck behind the net, played by Kent. Bad hop, comes right in front. Connor Green was waiting for it, and he put the mitt down. 7:27 to go. We'll have a face-off in the Knoxville zone. Birmingham up 3-0.
Yeah, little bobbler there off the side of the net, Jody, but when it hit the back of the net, actually got life and bounced dangerously right out in front of Green. But like you said, he was Johnny on the spot on it, covered it up. We'll have a face-off over here to his right.
Soretsky on the draw for the Bulls, or is that Gronick? That's Gronick on the draw. He's opposite Jimmy Soper. Bulls control. Sadovsky slides it over. There's a shot, never made it through to hit Gronick on its way in. Played by Varava. Glebe Varava can't get past Britton, so he'll slide it over for Soper, who'll chip it to center ice. Back into the Bull zone, played by Gronick. All the way in front of the Bulls bench for Glover. Poke checked away from him, and Williams slides it into the Bull zone. Sadovsky with it now. Glover tips it over for Gronick. Ahead for Olenek, back to Gronick, couldn't control it. Varava has it, and they'll clear it back into the Bull zone. Timmy Kent with it, drops it back for Varava. Just inside the Bulls' blue line, he lost possession, and it went all the way back to center ice. It just bounced off his stick.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, Jody.
Now behind their own net, Colin Tracy for the Bulls has it. He'll slide it far boards for Olenek, ahead for Glover. Down on the play was Kyle Soper, kind of impeded Glover's possession for the puck, and he'll play it behind the goal. Glover tried to shovel it out in front. Right. He was tied up. Played along the near boards, kept alive by Youngworth. Kennedy gloves it, drops it, takes the shot. Puck will go far boards. Wait, had it, taken away. Here comes Kuzmich now. 3 Bulls back defensively, so he'll just dump it in and go chase it. Played behind the net. Birmingham banks one off the boards. He gets past Soretsky. Back into the Knoxville zone where played by Roach. Intercepted by Wood. Wood, top of this face-off circle, takes a shot. Save, rebound was there. Just could not get his stick on the puck was Kennedy, or that's a hat trick.
Natural, baby.
Now along the far boards, played by Knoxville. There's a shot, sticked aside by Stewart. Rebound comes to Cup. In front, deflected, save made. Rebound still loose. Picked up by Knoxville. That's Cup with it. He slides it back for Kuzmich. Kuzmich through the slot, takes the shot once again. That save made on that glove side, snatching these pucks out of the air as if it was just a Nerf ball coming at him.
Well, one of those things, Jody, you talked about a little bit last night when you were a kid and you were the third baseman and you threw the golf balls against the wall.
Brick walls, yeah.
So that when they were coming at you in a game, they looked like beach balls. And right now, I think that's the same zone Hayden Stewart's in right now. Those pucks are coming in. As long as he can get a beat on it and make eye contact and see it, he's stopping everything.
Osick will be on the draw for Knoxville. Out for Birmingham, C.J. Walker. On the draw is Soretsky. Well, that was Sinclair, I apologize. Knoxville controls. There's a shot taken by Gaeta, goes high and wide. Birmingham takes the puck off the glass. They'll dump it in. Walker goes in after it along with Cup. Loose behind the net. Cup will come away with it. Taps one off the boards for McKinney. It gets past him. Birmingham's Cody Walker with it. He'll put it back into the Knoxville zone. Played by Cup, far side. Roach lost possession. It goes to Gaeta. Knoxville can't clear. It's loose behind their own net. Picked up by Jarrett Cup. Little frustration. He just lifts it to center ice. Loose there, tapped by Cody Walker. He's got a chance. Bottom of the face-off circle, save made.
Right
he got
there.
that right leg out and stopped it. It was labeled for the far post. Osick skates away with the puck for Knoxville through center ice. Tracy back defensively. Osick over for McKinney. McKinney has it behind the net. Centers a pass. Vance is there. Couldn't get the shot. He'll circle back inside the blue line. Tyler Williams now with the puck. Drops it for Lilliquist. He gives it up for McKinney. Gets away from Cody Walker. Takes the shot.
Wow.
That one tapped away by Hayden Stewart. He got a piece of it back for Lilliquist. He takes the shot off the side of the net. Birmingham having a little trouble getting possession and out. Finally they do through center ice. Under 4 minutes to go, second period. Bulls up 3-0 as the puck is tapped into the Bull zone. Tracy has it. That puck goes out of play. So 3:45 to go. We'll have our last media timeout of the period. Birmingham out in front 3-0, out shooting Knoxville 23-15. And the good thing I'm seeing right now that makes me feel a lot better is we're not seeing Birmingham ease up.
Right.
They're still playing offensive hockey even though they have a 3-goal lead.
Jody, that's a good team when you come out and there is no offense, defense, play to protect the win. You just have one style of hockey, and it's hard-nosed, it's intense, and that's where the Bulls are right now. But let's talk about this, Jody. Let's talk about the night around the league real quick during this intermission and talk about a night of the underdogs because Fayetteville pulls it out in overtime and beats Pensacola. Quad City is pounding Roanoke 8-1. The Bulls over Knoxville right now, 3-0. Evansville 2, Peoria 0 with 4 minutes left in the second period. And Huntsville, they just scored right now, but Huntsville and Macon tied at 1.
We need Huntsville to do us a favor, although I hate asking them for anything. Puck played in the Bull zone. There's a shot sticked aside by Stewart. Comes to the near wall. Tapped into center ice, back into the Knoxville end of the ice, and as Kyle Soper touches up, icing is called on the Bulls. They'll bring it back into the Birmingham end of the ice.
But how about that? Teams 5 through 10,
Yeah,
all pulling off potential wins.
keeps things very close, and it makes you do one thing. You got to take care of yourself. You can't sit around waiting on someone else to do you a favor. Birmingham trying to take 2 out of 2, that is against Knoxville here. What a weekend it would be to take 2 regulation wins against the Ice Bears.
Through the first 37 minutes, Jody, the Bulls are doing exactly what they set out their game plan to be.
Off the draw, Birmingham's Tracy tips it to center ice. Gronick couldn't control, but it's played by Britton. He'll dump it in. Back behind the net, played by Kyle Soper. Now Jimmy Soper with it. Knoxville once again having trouble maintaining their skates. They're just going down. Tyler Williams now, he'll skate it into the Bull zone. Slides one over for Kyle Soper. Takes the shot, goes wide of the net. Rebound comes far boards, played by Kent. He couldn't get the shot off, and he's knocked off the play by Britton. Gives it up for Wood. Matt Wood takes a backhander, save made by Green. Varava has it, far boards. He's taken away by Wood. Centers a pass out, intercepted by Kyle Soper, and look out, it gets to Kent. Defensively, Youngworth back. Centers a pass over for Williams. He lost his stick. It was a bad pass anyway. He wouldn't be able to get it. That shot by Birmingham goes in deep. Varava couldn't play it. Into the far boards. Leave Varava with it. Taken now by Kuzmich. Drops it back. Soreski was there. He coughs it up. He gives it to Roach. His shot sticked aside by Stewart. It comes around to the near boards. Cup couldn't get his shot off. And the puck along the far boards in front of that Knoxville bench, kept in by Kuzmich. He gives it up to Cup, who'll send it in deep. Into the near corner. Tied up there, they'll try and dig it free. Pereira does, but it comes to Kuzmich. He just curls through the slot, takes the shot. Send it to the corner. Far boards, Branshaw has it. Knoxville putting the pressure on and maintaining possession of this puck in the Bull zone. Soreski couldn't get out. Another Knoxville player goes down. I'm not sure what's going on with their blades or their skates, but they're just falling down all over the place. Loose puck at center ice, played by Kuzmich. He'll bring it in for Gaeta. He scores. Whips it over that left side of Hayden Stewart. As Stewart went down, that shot came up, and Knoxville cuts the lead to 3-1.
Well, Jody, that's a heck of a shot for Gaeta. He took that pass in full stride, didn't stop his feet moving, and a la Pat LaFontaine just ripped a quick wrister in full motion and just put it inside of it where Hayden Stewart had his glove. So
the only part I don't like about that, Greg, Stewart had no shot on that. That was just a great play by Gaeta and better shot. It's come late in the period at 18:40. They'll cut the lead to 2, bringing it back in for the Bulls. There's a shot taken by Walker and gloved by Green. Now, you've been on the ice when that's happened. Late goals just gives a bad taste in your mouth. But is it really that big of a deal to where it could swing a hockey game?
Well, yes and no. It just depends on how you respond for the next minute and 13 seconds. If you come out and finish this period solid, you're not really worried about it over the break. But we'll see what Knoxville brings and see how they respond.
Gregor Sinclair on the draw for the Bulls, 0-6 for Knoxville. You just have to flush that one and keep playing like you were. You're playing fine. Carson Vance with the puck now. He'll come right in front of his own netminder and curl behind the net. Off the boards through center ice, tipped in by McKinney. Back to get it to Scahill. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Bulls up 3-1. Lilliquist takes the puck. Sends it over far side for Gaeta, the goal scorer. He sends it for McKinney. He'll curl top of the face-off circle. A shot deflected high. Vance pitching in from his defensive position down low. Behind the net, Tracy will play it far side for Cody Walker. Walker drops it back for Sinclair. 30 seconds to go in the period. Sinclair sends one in, but we'll have an offside call on the Bulls with 31 seconds remaining. I want to take a second here. My grandkids, you know, they always sit right here in front of us. They're not here tonight. They had a few things to do over the weekend. I want to say hello to them. My granddaughter, Charlotte, is just itching, I think, to hear her name. So, Charlotte, Carter, Papa loves you. Keep watching this hockey game. Scream loud. I want to hear you scream down here for the Bulls.
And, hey, thanks for the Valentine's Day treats, guys. That was awesome.
They gave us both Valentine Hearts candy.
Yep.
Good kids. Played into the corner. Roach takes the puck. He, I think, was deflected when he was trying to bank one off the glass. No one's arguing about a delay of game, as that puck, I believe, came off the stick of Danny Waite. 22 seconds remaining here in the period.
And we'll get a face-off down here just to the left of green, but 22 seconds. Be nice if we could just sneak another one and get that one back, Jody.
How about a one-timer right off the draw?
Oh, yeah.
Wait for Birmingham on the draw, loses it, comes back to Cup behind his own net. Jared Cup banks one off the boards to Kent. For Jimmy Soper, he loses the puck. Loose now, picked up by Roach. He couldn't bring it in. Soper does. He'll just fire it in, and Stewart stops it behind his own net. Hayden, far side for Sadovsky. For Glover, we're down to 3 seconds, and that'll do it. Once again, little congregation of players, as the buzzer sounds and the horn goes, they'll skate away from each other. And I'm not quite sure what to make of that last goal by Knoxville. It didn't seem to give them any boost, and I was expecting it to. Birmingham will go in the locker room up 3-1.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they come out here right off the hop, Jody. And yeah, I was expecting more of an uplift or an uptick in the step of Knoxville, but they just kind of were like, yeah, well, that's one, you know, big deal. So
it just, I don't know. I love the way the Birmingham Bulls are playing right now. I'm not faulting anybody on that goal by Gaeta, but I'm with you. You would think if you're Knoxville, you finally get that goal on Stewart that you've been just dying for 2 games. And they just didn't seem to be able to build on it, which is fine with me. Bulls will take the lead in the locker room, out shooting Knoxville 25-17. Now, let's turn the tables a little bit and let's talk about Knoxville. Johnny Gurkus takes his team in the locker room. I don't know if he's the kind of a coach who gets in the middle of the locker room and rah-rahs it or gives instruction or whatever. But when you're down 3-1, and you had just came off of, mind you, a 5-game win streak before you came into the Pelham Civic Complex yesterday, and all of a sudden you look on the board and you're in danger of losing 2 in a row. What do you expect is happening inside that Knoxville locker room? Because this is a 2-goal lead. They're not out of this hockey game.
Well, I think it's one of those things, Jody, where you've got to look around the room, and honestly, you got to call out a couple guys and be like, where are you? You know what I mean? Because they were doing extremely well there for a while. Who was leading the pack? Just like as we look at the Bull stuff and we say, hey, they've got 6 or 7 guys now that are leading the charge here. You got to look around the locker room and be like, come on, fellas, who's got one?
We'll take this lead into the locker room. Greg and I will take a break. We'll come back, get you updated from around the league. Stay with us, everyone. Jody Cherneski here along with Greg Dreveny. Score at the end of 2 periods of play. The Cahaba Valley Vipers, a.k.a. the Birmingham Bulls, up 3-1 over the busy Knoxville Ice Bears. Stay with us, everyone. This is Birmingham Bulls hockey. All right, welcome back to the Pelham Civic Complex, getting set for period 3. About a minute to go before face-off, and Greg, this is kind of in the same position we were last night. You're right on the cusp of either getting a comfortable lead, another 3-goal would be nice, but then again, you're also on the cusp of letting Knoxville right back into this game physically, emotionally, and mentally.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it feels different tonight, Jody.
It does. I feel different. I agree with you.
You know, I don't think the goal didn't phase the Bulls, and that was evident to see the way they finished out the second period, and they just need to come out and pick up where they left off.
How annoying is it when you're facing a goaltender that's just on, to be honest with you? Does it make you feel like there's nothing we can do, let's just get out of here?
Sometimes, but I think it's too early yet. I think, you know, maybe a couple more big saves and really get the guys shaking their heads. And then sometimes that's all it takes, Jody. But we talked about the importance of goaltending, whether you're talking playoffs or whatever. But here, you know, that's where we are.
All right, here we go. Face-off will come up at center ice. Tosto on the draw for Knoxville, and I believe that'll be Danny Waite for Birmingham. I'm happy to see Danny Waite on the ice instead of on the bench with nursing another injury. He's been so injury-prone all year long. It just makes me nervous whenever I see him go down or take any kind of a hit, to be honest. Off the draw, controlled by Knoxville. Lilliquist takes it, and he'll send it into the near corner. Just underway, third period, 3-1 Birmingham as Tracy slides it far corner, up the far wall, gets past Glover. This is going to be an icing call as Vance goes back to touch up for Knoxville. 15 seconds into this third period.
Definitely quick pace here starting off. Everybody moving their feet. A lot of pressure on the Bulls, Jody, just forced them to ice the puck. So Knoxville is not dead in the water yet by any means.
I'm just amazed whenever I see Robin Lilliquist on the ice, how much taller he is than everybody on that ice. It's like Zdeno Chara, remember him?
Right.
That's the kind of a height we're talking about on a player. Of course, Chara was in another world. He could play every game as big as he was, too. There's a shot taken by Lilliquist. It goes high as it's deflected off the near boards, now down low. Loose there, played by Knoxville. Look out, Tosto had it, centered it. Bounces over everyone's stick. Lilliquist takes the shot. That one goes wide. Birmingham takes it, and it'll clear as it's tapped in by Glover. He takes a shot from Kuzmich. Goes back to take a look at whoever that was. I don't know if that was just an unintentional hit or what, but it was effective as Tyler Williams curls back in the Bulls zone. He lost possession of it, gets it right back, but outside the Bulls zone. Bulls play it near side. Now C.J. Walker takes a hit from Roach. Puck bounces into the Knoxville zone where Cup has it. Is the physical play going to pick up here from Knoxville? Because it looks like it is thus far. Puck played by Cody Walker. He banks one off the boards where Kent has it. Tyler Williams will bring it right back in. Williams' shot is deflected. It goes into the near corner. Cody Walker slides it over for defense of Youngworth ahead to center ice. Birmingham has a chance. 2-on-1 in front. It was there on the deflection, but Walker couldn't get a stick on the puck. And that's played behind the net. Bulls have it. Kennedy back for Pereira. His shot save is made. Juggled it a little bit, but no one was really there for either team, so he gave him a chance to put the mid on it and cover it up. Face-off will come up in the Knoxville zone with 18-19 to go here in the third.
And that's the thing about Green Joe. He does really well putting his legs flat across the ice and pushing across there, but you can see, even on that shot there, with that rebound being given, good, nobody's sitting on the doorstep.
On the draw for Birmingham, Soretsky gets it back. Pereira's shot deflected by McKinney. It goes back behind the net. Soretsky is there. He'll tap it in front, looking for Kennedy. It goes past. Now Pereira has it. Off the stick of Kennedy. Into the far corner, played by Wood. Back at the point, he just gets past Pereira. Look out, McKinney racing back to get it. Well, that wasn't Pereira. It got past. I apologize. Now a penalty coming up. We're going to get an interference call, and I believe this is going to go against the Bulls.
Yep.
As Scahill will go into the penalty box. Birmingham back on the penalty kill. Knoxville 0 for 1 thus far tonight. Last night they were 0 for 5. And I hope those are not famous last words. Birmingham's done very well on the penalty kill against Knoxville or at least tonight and last night.
Well, the good news is Kent's out there, so as long as they keep making him a playmaker, we're okay, because Kent's a goal scorer, Jody.
Well, he's so fast, he should be able to control a lot of aspects of the game. As the puck goes flying through the air, plops down, Bulls Tracy will take it, and he'll loft it down the ice. Banks off the net behind Green, picked up by Vance, and he'll skate away. Carson shields his body from Olenek, brings it into the Bull zone. Slides it over for Soper. Nice pass back to Osick. Down low, Kent takes the shot. Nice defensive play by Gagnon. Gets back to deflect that shot off the glass.
Good diving attempt there by Gagnon to get his stick on that one at the last second.
Now Osick's pass intercepted by Glover. Couldn't clear it out, but a nice play to keep that off the stick. Now Osick has it. Plays it down low. Soper walks out in front. Save is made. Rebound loose. There's another shot. That one goes in. They're going to say no goal. The puck went in the net, but no goal. The referee immediately waves it off. Now Timmy Kent and Carson Vance have some words to say to the referee. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he immediately waved that goal off, Greg, and he was standing right by the post. So
it could have been the player that went flying through in front of Hayden Stewart, Jody, just before that shot by Kent was taken. And like I said, Timmy Kent, he can shoot a puck, Jody. And what I'm talking about is when they line him up on that far wall and they expect him to quarterback it, that's not where you want Kent. You want Kent right where he was at the high slot, because he's got a good quick release. He's got a strong shot.
I'd like to know what happened. I haven't seen the replay, but you're right. Something interfered with Hayden Stewart. And face off to no goal. A minute 15 to go on the power play. Knoxville gets possession on the draw. Vance sends one in, blocked by Scahill. Kent has it. He'll send it back to the point for Vance. Slap shot never made it through. Walker blocks that. Behind the net, Soper out in front. They score. Nice feed to Branshaw. And look out. It's 3-2, Greg.
Just like that.
Power play goal by Knoxville. This is a brand new hockey game with all kinds of problems in front now for Birmingham. Not what I wanted to see.
Oh, and you saw Branshaw setting up. Same thing, Jody. They've changed up their power play, and you see now they're setting guys up in the soft zones that aren't so tight in and harder to defend, and they hit Branshaw right there in that sweet spot, and man, he just buried it over the shoulder.
They're going high over Stewart, too. They're trying to, at least, lift the puck up. That one was a nice pass, and he just was waiting for a one-timer, and he smacked it home. It's 3-2 Birmingham.
Now we need to get the feet going, Jody.
Now it's knocked into the Knoxville zone, played by the Ice Bears. Kuzmich has it now at center ice. Slides one around the boards. Youngworth over there couldn't control it. Taken away by Knoxville. Look out. There's a shot in front.
Another one.
That one off the stick, though, of the Birmingham defender, Gagnon. Birmingham Wood taps it to himself at center ice. Knoxville couldn't find the puck. Wood brings it into the Knoxville zone. Tried to slide one over for Kennedy. Takes the puck himself, takes the shot. Knoxville knocks those passes away. Now Tosto will bring it into the Bull zone. Tosto near boards. LaRue in front. Knocked away by Gagnon. Played behind the net by McKinney to LaRue. Into the near corner. LaRue, big body. He's not going to be knocked off the puck easily, and it squirts free to center ice. I would say the next goal is huge, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
3-2, the Bulls lead. 15:40 to go here in the third. Kyle Soper with the puck. Knocked down, or his pass attempt was taken away. Waite will backhand one in behind the net. Glover is there. Comes free to Kyle Soper. Backhands one off the boards. Tracy kept it alive for Birmingham. Far corner, Jimmy Soper has it. Whips it behind the net to nobody. Littlequist will have to go back and pick it up. And they'll try it again. Now Soper ahead through center ice to LaRue. He'll just lift one in deep, come off the ice for a change. Tracy gets it ahead for C.J. Walker. Walker just puts it right back into the Knoxville zone where it's played by Gaeta. Goal scorer. He was the first goal scorer for Knoxville tonight. Played back into the Knoxville zone. Back to get it is Vance. To Cup. He goes down on the play. Another Knoxville player on the ice losing their edge. Gronick's over there as well. Vance tries to dig it free along with Cup. Now Kuzmich comes in to try and knock it free. Cody Walker as well. He does. Cody behind the Knoxville net. Turns his body away from Kuzmich. Couldn't get the pass off. Puck slides over near boards. Osick has it, and he'll tap it to Gaeta. He gets it past the defender of Pereira. He got his gloves up and a little more showmanship, I think, there than substance, so no call is made on the play. Pereira, dangerous pass right through the goal mouth, picked up by the Bulls. They'll just dump and chase. Change of lines for Birmingham. That puck bounced funny off the boards, but Knoxville controls. Now Wood has it. He'll bring it right back in. Vance back defensively. Matt Wood, and it's in front. Save made off the stick of Soretsky. A nice play by Matt Wood. Nice shot by Soretsky. I'm not sure he got all of that shot off, but the save was made nonetheless by Connor Green.
Legretzky there.
You're throwing some real high compliments out tonight with these names you're throwing out there. Anytime you invoke the name of Wayne Gretzky, wow, that's not like you, Greg.
Jody, look at the stats.
I see them. I don't see any Gretzky-like numbers.
Right there.
Well,
16
okay.
assists.
You're talking about the ratio between the assist and goals.
Yes.
That I understand. I thought you were going in another area of it of, hey, that's Gretzky-like.
Late era Gretzky. Playmaker. That's my point.
Gretzky was, he thought assist first before anything.
That's my point.
And, of course, to be honest, the twins here, Phil and Kip Lezianko, flat out told me that's what they prefer to do. They want the assist more than the goal. You remember how many conversations I used to have with those about shooting the puck? Just, I mean, some not so kind words for them as well, but I think they knew what they were doing.
But yeah, you could see Green. He didn't even look comfortable on that shot by Soretsky. Kind of looked in behind him like, is this going to squeak through?
Face off to his left. Tosto for Knoxville. They'll try it again. Puck is dropped. No one controls. Soretsky is there. He tried to kick it. He does, but Knoxville will clear the zone. Jordan Gagnon with it. He sends one in right into the midsection of Green, and again, he makes the save, but he looked like he didn't like that kind of a shot at all. He looks like he has trouble with every floater like that.
Now, you take that floater, Jody, and shorten it up about 8 feet and let it bounce about the hash marks, and we'll really see what happens. Nice little 9-iron out of the sand.
Birmingham will send Kennedy in on the draw. Tosto for Knoxville. Puck is dropped. Birmingham has it. Soretsky with the puck. Circles. Just inside the blue line. He'll send it in deep. Cup was there, had it taken away. There's a shot from Wood. That one's off the side of the net. Played back. Wood centers a pass in front. Kennedy was there. He couldn't get a stick on the puck. Now Cup has it behind his own net. He'll drop it back for Roach. Gagnon, nice play, intercepts that pass. He'll bring it in. There's a shot save made again. That's a blocker save by Green. Puck loose along the near boards. Kennedy has Cup knock him off the play, but Waite takes the puck. He loses it. It comes to center ice. Birmingham has it. They'll try it again. It comes back into the Knoxville zone. Waite doing a good job forechecking. Beats Cup to the puck. Comes free. Jimmy Soper has it. Ran into his own man. Lost possession. There's Waite in front. Score! Once again, Olenek was there, and Greg, Knoxville has just gift-wrapped goal after goal after goal to the Bulls. Lost it on the far boards. 2 quick passes. Birmingham back out in front. 4-2.
And that's the thing, Jody. Knoxville is their own worst enemy in their zone. And right there, they had full possession of the puck. Two guys ran into each other, and that created a turnover opportunity for the Bulls. They made no mistake. Now, Colton Olenek, he's like Brett Hull, Jody. He's a goal scorer. You know what I mean? And that is exactly the kind of guy.
Yeah, he's a shoot-first kind of guy, no doubt. And he buried that one, giving the Bulls a very important 2-goal lead once again. We'll get the call in a moment as Soper sends the puck back into the Bull zone, comes right in on Stewart. And with McKinney bearing down, he just covers it up. 12:23 left here in the third period. Bulls, as I said, up 4-2. That last goal, Olenek on the year. As they announce it now, Colton gets his 5th goal of the year. Look at the assist. Waite gets 1. Glover gets the other. We'll get you caught up on Knoxville's goals as well in a moment. But for the time being, Birmingham makes me feel a little bit better with that goal. We're back up by 2.
Well, it wasn't just the goal, Jody. It was the 3 minutes before they scored that goal where the Bulls were just dominating down low, making it uncomfortable for Green and net.
Soper with the puck. He'll curl back behind, slides it across, hooks up with Williams. Ahead to McKinney. Has Jimmy Soper with him. McKinney puts the brakes on. Looks for a place to feed it. Goes off the side of the net. Squirts free in front. Birmingham will skate away. That one bounces off the skates and stick of Kennedy and comes right back in. Or Walker, that is. Comes right back in on Green. He takes no chances. He just covers it up. Hand it to the linesman, and we'll have a face-off in his zone.
Well, and that's something you don't typically see out of a guy like Williams right there, Jody. Just backpedaling, mishandled that puck and put it in on his own goal. So good thing Green was paying attention. He covered that one up. We'll get a face-off.
All right, face-off comes up to the right of Green. McGregor Sinclair on the draw for the Bulls. Tosto for Knoxville. McGregor Sinclair wins it. Back to Pereira. Birmingham chips it into the near corner. Played by Roach. He can't get it out. Cody Walker gives it up to his brother CJ. Can't get the shot off. Jared Cupp takes the puck away, and he'll slide it far boards. Brenshaw ahead for Tosto. Knocked away from him. CJ Walker with a nice hit on Branshaw. Birmingham with the puck. Scahill sends one in. Glove there by Green. He'll drop it and play it for Cupp. Long headmanning pass connects. Tosto has it. In front, that one goes wide of Stewart. Kuzmich has it. He'll play it behind the net. Tosto in front. Cupp was there. Nice feed. He just couldn't get the shot down. He just missed. Cupp with the puck. Near boards. Drops it for Osick. Osick takes the shot well wide. A good 10, 15 feet wide. Birmingham just lifts the puck out. Kennedy has it. He drops it off far side Wood. Birmingham changing as Wood holds on to the puck, and he'll slide it back around the net to the near boards. McKinney with it. He just lifts one to center ice. Waiting for it is Osick. He takes the puck, gives it off to Gaeta. Tried that little move back between his legs. It didn't work, but he still maintains possession. Back for Lilliquist. Sends a soft one in. Save never had to be made as it's knocked down by the Bulls defense. Osick. His centering pass knocked away by Danny Waite. And back comes Olenek. He's going to get past Lilliquist. Olenek takes a shot. That one goes out of play.
Gosh.
Lilliquist just can't keep up with him, Greg. I mean, great size. And when he has possession of the puck, he can use his body to keep it, but you can skate around Lilliquist easily.
You can, Jody, but you know, that's why he's here, and the SBHL's a developmental league and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, with his size, if you could get something set up and get him moving his feet and just work on his edge work a little bit, you know, you might have something there.
Anybody with that size, that's a God-given talent there. You take it and work with it.
Sure.
Try to make the best you can of it. He's gotten a lot of ice time, too. Puck is sent into the Bull zone, stopped by Stewart. Quickly moves it over to Tracy. Off the stick of Olenek, back into the Knoxville zone, giving chase. Soper catches up with it first. Ahead to Kent. Back to Jimmy Soper. Sticked aside by Stewart. On the far boards, or near boards that is, played back to Williams. Tyler takes a shot. Pad saved, tiered into the corner by Stewart. Birmingham will clear it and lift it to center ice. Cody Walker takes a stick up high by Soper, still going in after the puck. Now Vance takes him out of the play as well. Kent has it. Vance still down on Cody Walker. He'll get up. Walker gets up as well. Now Soper with the puck. Nice feet ahead to Williams. Scahill takes him off the play. Stewart with it. He'll whip it around near side. He gets past Cup. Roach in front. Save made by Stewart. Puck played in the corner by the Bulls, and they lift one back out and out of pressure. Brought back in by Tosto, well ahead of the play.
Yeah.
Offside was Timmy Kent with 9:08 to go here in the third period play as we have our second media timeout of the period. Birmingham out shooting Knoxville 29-23, but out in front 4-2 over the Ice Bears.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody. Right now, I kind of feel like Knoxville's nibbling a little bit. You know, they're getting some opportunities.
Well, they had some momentum going for them, and then all of a sudden the giveaway.
Yep.
And boom, you're down by 2 goals once again. I don't know if it's taken the life out of them or not, but Birmingham's well in control of this one, at least for the time being.
Well, they are, but I would still like to see not just being in control, Jody, but I'd like for them to twist the knife here a little
put them
bit
away
and get going, because if you can get one more on them, then it's just start to bust, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I 100% agree.
until that point, it's like Knoxville just kind of wavering around back in there about, are we going to get back in this one? Are we going to pack the bus up and get out of here? And I'm one for it. Let's pack up the bus and get out of here.
All right, face off just outside the Birmingham blue line as Hayden Stewart goes back into his net after the media timeout. Tosto on the draw for Knoxville, Soretsky for Birmingham. Puck comes free to Roach. He'll slide it over for Cup, who'll bring it in. Passed over for Tosto. He wasn't expecting it. Birmingham can't clear, though. Cup takes the shot. Blocker save by Stewart. It goes into the corner. Branshaw there along with Kuzmich. Birmingham spins away the puck. Taken away, though. There's a shot. That one may have gotten a piece of Hayden Stewart, but it comes near boards. Puck played around far side. Wood catches up with it first. Cup keeps it alive. Now it's loose, picked up by Birmingham. Will skate ahead. Nice tip pass over. That one connects for Kennedy. Taken away, and the puck comes free back into center ice. Gagnon with it. The bouncer. They are trying those bouncing pucks. He didn't make the save, but he squeezed that post just in case. Now back behind Hayden Stewart, played by the Bulls. Near side, Pereira. I don't like those passes to the slot, but out of harm's way. Gronick goes down. Soper on him. Birmingham sends it in where Lilliquist has it. Lilliquist, and he just slid it right into the blue paint, Greg, but his defenseman was there. Kyle Soper with the puck now. Gets it ahead to Osick. Gronick on him. He gets past Kyron. There's a shot steered aside by Stewart. Luke's puck behind the net, played along the near side. Behind the net, played by Scahill. He'll take the puck far boards and lift one back into the Knoxville zone, where icing will be called on the Bulls with 7:36 to go here in the third period of play. 3,716 the attendance tonight, 37-16.
And you see Hayden Stewart down there, Jody, in between whistles, skates over and does his, goalie ceremony, so to speak. He skates down around over into the far corner, and all the kids down there, they're just going bananas over it. They just love him.
Off the draw, puck loose in that face-off circle, kick behind the net where Soper has it. Tried a centering pass, but knocked down by the Bulls. And Olenek taps one off the boards, back. Now Waite has it. Waite couldn't move around Billy Roach, picked up now by Carson Vance. His pass intercepted by Sadovsky. Banks went off the boards right in on Green. He'll steer it to the far side for Vance. Roach now has it. Off the boards, played by Tyler Williams. A nice play defensively by Sadovsky. Pokes the puck away from him. Loose now picked up by Knoxville. Cup has it. Puck off the stick of Cup, comes right in. Birmingham will clear. Cody Walker with it. He'll lift one into the near boards, taken off the play by Vance. Sinclair takes the puck away from Kent. He'll circle far side. He just turns and spins and sends it behind the net. Played near side. Jimmy Soper has it. Drops it back for Vance. Cross ice pass connects with Cup. And he'll send it in deep. It gets past Stewart. Along the near side, Branshaw tips it to himself. Now behind the net, loose puck. Branshaw goes in after it, fighting hard for the puck. Comes back to Soper. Kyle lost it. Birmingham will clear. Tried to set it up for Wood, just tipped away from him though. Knoxville puts it back into center ice. Now Wood will pick that loose puck up. Far face-off circle. Wood around the net. Luck thought about a wraparound, couldn't get the room to do it. Wood just sends it back behind the net where Soretsky is there.
Smart play by Wood to maintain control and not hurry the shot.
Branshaw takes that rebound off the stick or off the pads of Green. Loose now at center ice. Kuzmich has it, and he'll tip a soft one into the Bull zone. Right back out. Puck played. It comes off the side of the net. Vance has it. Carson for Lilliquist. Ahead for Gaeta. Taken away from him. Puck comes free into center ice. Kuzmich has it. Puts it back into the Bull zone. Birmingham able to clear it, and it comes right back to the defenseman Connor Scahill. Parents are in town too, Connor Scahill. We talked to him last night from, I believe it was Minnesota, where they told me they left and it was -5 degrees. Vance.
Port Huron.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Port Huron. -5. I'll take my 80 degrees any day of the week.
Amen.
Now skating through center ice. Osick has it. Nice play by Cody Walker. Kind of impedes his progression. Loose puck now picked up by the Bulls at center ice. Avoiding the check was C.J. Walker, but he sends the puck in far boards. Far corner played by Sinclair. His pass taken away by Osick, and here comes Knoxville. McKinney lost possession, and Birmingham just chips it out. 4:42 to go. Third period. Birmingham may have taken its foot off the gas somewhat, and I can't really blame them. You don't want a mistake here,
right.
But it would be nice, Greg, as you said, to put that knife in the back and twist it hard. Tracy, shot taken again, center ice, down on his knees. Connor Green made the blocker save, but again, it didn't look easy for him. Now puck brought into the Bull zone by Cup, slides it over for Jimmy Soper. Cup behind the Bulls net. Back out in front, Tyler Williams, a shot save made by Stewart. He squeezes it between the pads with Soper, Jimmy Soper, that is, right on top of him. So a faceoff will come up to his right.
Yeah, not Williams' best shot, Jody.
No.
He's had some opportunities down there, especially from bad angles. And you can see everybody, there's literally probably an inch with Hayden Stewart on that post between his shoulder and the crossbar.
Yep.
But that's where they all seem to be going. I don't know if he's just a big body or they want to keep it away from his glove or what. But, you know, a lot of missed opportunities there by Knoxville. And, you know, Hayden Stewart standing tall, holding on to this one.
Even though Stewie has given up 2 goals tonight, just keep in mind he gave up 1 yesterday, 0 on Monday. That's a heck of a 3-game squeak. 3 goals in 3 games. You don't lose too many hockey games when you're giving up a goal a game average.
Well, and that's part of goaltending, Jody. I mean, sometimes you just get in a rhythm, and that's why if I ever get asked, I'm like, put a guy in the paint and don't bring him out until he's ready to come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just play and you ride him and you ride that hot streak. And right now, Hayden Stewart's hot. It was Joseph about a month ago.
Right.
You know
Exactly
what I mean?
right.
You ride him until it's done, and then you jump on the next guy and you let him carry the ball.
Well, drop the puck again. A little premature movement on the far side by Timmy Kent. Linesman's going to back him up. Puck is dropped. No one really controls it. Puck comes free to Gagnon, and Birmingham chips it out. Throwing it after it hard is Soretsky. Green will have to come out of his net to play it, and he'll get it to Williams. Now it's center ice. Youngworth ties up his man Tyler Williams, who has the puck now. He'll bring it in, gets past Gronick. Williams sticked aside by Stewart on the save. Into the near corner, Birmingham has it. Tried to set it up far side for Gronick. It gets past him, and he didn't touch the puck, so icing will be called on the Bulls. 3:37 to go here in the third period of play. We'll get to see Green edge out of his crease a little bit by a little bit by a little bit as time goes on. Last night they fooled me. Green hauled out of his crease with about 2.5 to go, and I thought there would be a penalty on the Bulls. Kind of a delayed type call, but they pulled their goalie quickly. I think they'll do the same tonight. They'll pull him
I don't
know, under 3 minutes to go.
I don't know. I think last night they were wishing they would have waited a little bit because they were doing really well.
They gave up an empty net goal as well. As Sinclair scored it. Now Birmingham loses it. Kuzmich has the puck, takes a whack from, I believe that was Kennedy. No call made. Knoxville. Kyle Soper sends it around near side, played by Carson Vance. Behind the play, behind the net, picked up by the Bulls. Gronick can't get it out. Weak attempt there, but Soper lost possession. He brought it out of the zone himself. Now Gronick has it. He'll come off the ice for a line change as he tips it in behind Connor Green. Played by Carson Vance. Olenek watching him. Through center ice off the stick of Kuzmich. Tipped in nicely by the Bulls. Waite brings it in. Slides one over looking for Olenek. Just tipped away from him. And now Tosto has it for Knoxville.
Look out.
Big hit there. Pereira loses his helmet. He'll have to come off the ice. There's a shot taken by Kuzmich. Stewart kind of fooled him on it, but he was ready and in position. He makes the save and holds on with 2:40 to go here in the third period of play. And as I said, Greg, the net is empty to our left. Connor Green comes out in favor of that sixth skater.
Well, we'll have to keep our eyes on Pereira down there, Jody, because it was actually Pereira and Glover that ran in like head-to-head like two charging bulls. And Pereira came out the worst of that one.
Off the draw, comes back to Cup. Cup walks over through the slot. Looks at wrister save made by Stewart. I don't see the trainer attending to either of the two, so that's the good news.
Yes. Well, you can definitely see here, Jody, I kind of have mixed emotions about pulling the goalie sometimes because I hate when you pull the goalie and guys go sit around the perimeter. But you watch Knoxville. Every guy will go to the crease.
Off the draw. Sadowski whips one around the far side. Loose. Bottom of the face-off circle. Feed by McKinney back for Williams. He'll just spin, send it behind the net for McKinney. He holds on to it, gets it back to Cup. Cross-eyes pass, connects for Roach. Now McKinney, near face-off circle. Plays it down low for Gaeta. Back to McKinney. Roach keeps it in. A lucky bounce on that. It hit his body. Now Williams takes the hit from behind by Tracy. Puck comes free far side. Gaeta has it. Now he gets it up for McKinney behind the net. Gaeta's going to try a wraparound. He gets it out to Roach. His shot just misses. Cup plays it behind the net for Tyler Williams. Far boards McKinney. We're under 1:45 to go here. Cup takes the shot. Save made. Stewart down on his pads. Gobbles it up and holds on with 1:44 to go here in the third.
And if you notice, Jody, what the Bulls are doing here defensively is they've slowed their pursuit and they're just setting up a house and they're keeping Knoxville to the outside and giving Hayden Stewart the shot because guys aren't chasing guys into the corner and creating havoc and a bunch of running around down there. So very disciplined defense by the Bulls.
Jimmy Soper on the draw for Knoxville to the right of Hayden Stewart. The net is empty to our left. Knoxville in favor of 6 skaters. Draw comes back to Carson Vance, pressured by Walker, so he'll slide it to the boards for Kent. Timmy Kent with the puck, looks for a place to go. Played down low for Kuzmich. Back to Kent, return to Kuzmich. Branshaw's in front, but he's surrounded by 4 Bulls. There's a wraparound attempt. Save is made. Rebound comes run the side for Branshaw. Stewart knocked that away from him. Kuzmich with the puck. He'll slide it far side for Kent. Birmingham takes it away. Banks one off the boards. Kyle Soper will catch that with a first. Taken away, score. That's just skill. Matt Wood took the puck away as he had possession of it, Greg, defensively in his own zone. I don't know how many goals Birmingham has scored by either A, a giveaway, or B, taking the puck away in that offensive zone.
He was just too fast, Jody. I think Soper thought the pursuit was going to stop, and Wood just came in and was like, here, how's she going? And an easy backhander and a wide open net. And you can stick a cork in this one, Jody, because it's over.
That goal gives the Bulls a 5-2 lead. Matt Wood picks up his 9th of the year. The rookie is having a heck of a second half of the season. Jared Cup has it. Connor Green back in the net for Knoxville. As Gaeta brings the puck in, less than a minute to go. Knoxville's not going to stop trying to score, I can assure you that. Now the puck escapes the zone, far side, picked up by Cody Walker. He'd like nothing more to do than to get his first. Walker takes the shot. That one goes high off the shoulder of Connor Green. Puck gets past Gaeta. Birmingham has it. That's Kennedy. Down to 35 seconds remaining. Birmingham content just to pass the puck away and let the clock run. Green will stop it behind his net. Plays it over far side for Cup. Center ice for Tosto, takes the hit from Scahill, and he'll send it in deep. Pereira has it. Pass over near side, Birmingham now through center ice. Olenek tips it in, Kyle Soper with it. Under 10 seconds to go. That puck is lifted into the far corner, going back to get it to Scahill. They'll let the clock, no, they're going to whistle it down for icing. I thought they'd just let the clock run.
Break.
Yeah. 4.6 seconds remaining in this game. The fans know it, we know it. Birmingham up 5-2. Birmingham, Greg, is just playing excellent hockey as of late. This will be the 9th win in 12 games for Birmingham. And also that'll be 5 in a row.
Wow.
Or is it 5 out of 6? Either way, the puck is dropped, the game's over. They'll go back in and tap Connor Green on the helmet. I don't think they're upset with him. Birmingham behind Hayden Stewart all weekend long.
Yep.
And finally some scoring depth-wise come in and take a huge, huge, huge 2-game series in regulation, keeping Knoxville from getting any points. And that, Greg, speaks beyond any form of way I thought this could happen. Birmingham now with a record of 20-18-1-5, 46 points, overtakes Knoxville, and we're now in 6th place in the SPHL standings. And I'm telling you, Greg, I'm maybe embarrassed, I shouldn't say this, but back in December, I wouldn't say that I was washing this season up and done, but I was thinking to myself, we'll be fortunate to get that 8th playoff spot. I wasn't sure we'd even get there.
Jody, you climb the stairs one step at a time. And when everybody was writing them off, all I was saying is, hey, I don't care how they do it. I don't expect them to be in first place. I just want to hit 8th spot, make the playoffs, and then we'll figure it out when the new season begins. And lo and behold, not only have they secured 8th spot, they moved up into 5th. And like I said, do not look behind. Let's look forward and let's look up, and away we go. And I love it when the Bulls win, Jody, because then I can nitpick. And you know how we are.
Yeah.
We like to pull it out. But on that last rush, right?
Yeah.
You've got Kennedy wide on the back door. Not saying he was wide open, because it would have had to take some sauce to get it there. But if you're that player coming down, do you not give it to Kennedy for an opportunity to get the hat trick?
Yeah.
Instead of just rifling it high and trying to do it yourself. Like, to me, those are the little things that they still need to clean up. You know, I think you've got 95% of the team all pulling the rope in the same direction. And then you've got a couple guys that might have that me-first attitude.
Well,
and I think you got to clean that up just a bit.
You can't, I think you're talking about the shot Cody Walker took. Look, he's a rookie. He just left the collegiate ranks. He's trying his best, not just to make an impression on head coach Craig Simchuk, but to make this team. His PTO is about to expire. And but you're right. You're right.
Little things, Jody. And, you know, it's one of those things with the growing pains where, you know, there's a papa bull and a baby bull, and they're standing on top of the hill. You know how that story goes. So hey, Dad, let's run down the hill. And Dad says, no, son, let's just walk down.
Well, then what happens?
I don't know. They go drink. They go drink at the pond or feed from the trough or something like that.
Greg, the Birmingham Bulls are 2 games above 500. That's incredible, and it speaks volumes for the leadership of these guys on the team, such as Drake Glover and the Ledziankos. Even Phil.
Stewart, Olenek coming back.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, there's a difference when you have Colton Olenek on the ice doing what he does, Jody, and finishing plays and contributing offensively versus Colton Olenek
Yeah.
behind the bench. Still a great guy to have behind the bench, but you know what I mean? It's that leadership that you need to have between the whistles, not behind you.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to toot his horn, whatever you want to call it. But Craig Simchuk has held this team together, whereas a month ago we were just wondering, are we going to be able to make it through this without finishing dead last? Craig Simchuk has brought this team together, brought in players such as Drake Glover back, and done things that I didn't think was possible. I give all the credit to him for holding things together and not letting it fall apart.
Hey, Jody, we don't hold any punches back here. We just say what we think.
Yeah.
And you know, that's kind of the raw, edgy stuff that people like about us, because I say, like, hey, we're the Wayne's World of hockey announcers, because at the end of the day, we really, we don't care. We just want to call it like it is. But you're 100% correct about what Coach Simchuk did in weeding out the people that didn't believe. And
well, there was one on this team tonight we played.
You said it, not me, and I was holding it back.
Yeah.
But that's exactly right. Timmy Kent's doing well. He's a great hockey player.
He didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be here. And you know what? If you don't want to be here, you don't need to be here. So, great job assessing that situation, making it happen. Good trade. We got Tracy in. If I want to... Tracy, on his first night in, we were on the road. It might have been Evansville or somewhere like that, but didn't he contribute?
He scored a goal.
The goal and an assist. And
you get players in here that want to be here. All of a sudden, they elevate their play.
Amen.
And they become different hockey players.
Pereira, another example, right? Macon was done with him.
Yeah.
And he comes in here, and the guys just stood on his head. And granted, it helps when you have guys like Youngworth and Scahill. You know what I mean?
Been so solid, too.
Take you under their wing and be like, guys, here's what's been going on. Here's everything going. But Pereira's hit the ground running. And,
Pereira was a guy, Knoxville, I'm sorry. Macon did not want him.
Right.
They were willing to let him walk, but Craig Simchuk saw something and said, please don't do that. Let me trade for him. And it's turned out to be an incredible acquisition for Birmingham, solidifying the defense.
And sometimes, Jody, that's all that it takes. I know we talked about goaltenders last night, about how everybody can stop the puck. They all have the fundamentals. But you know what? Players are the same way. And sometimes just to get a player in and you bring him in and you give the kid a little bit of confidence, that vote of confidence can go a long way. And I think for a guy like Pereira, that's why we're reaping the benefits of that vote of confidence.
Can it be that simple, Greg, where
100%.
you get rid of a guy who doesn't want to be here, maybe wants to be in the coast, maybe just doesn't like it here, and you bring somebody in that's on paper less talented, but wants to be here, wants to be part of a team, and all of a sudden they're better than the player you got rid of?
Jody, it's that number one thing. The first thing that NHL scouts look for, it's not how fast a guy can skate or how hard he can shoot the puck. It's called heart skill and wanting to be there and doing whatever the coach tells you to do. He tells you to go out and skate through the boards, and the guy will go out and do it if it means that the team's going to win a hockey game. That is the first thing that they look for outside of your, top tier elite players, that there's about 10 of them in the world every year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The next biggest thing outside of those guys, they want a guy who's going to listen, be coachable, and come out and give you everything he's got every night.
Well, it's been an incredible turnaround. There's no doubt. We've got a long way before it's over with, but taking 2 games at home, a place where we don't want to even play at home in November and December. It was so bad home games were. Now we've taken 2 at home. We've jumped ahead of them in the standings, and as you said, we're going to keep looking forward in that windshield instead of the rearview mirror and keep plugging along. Next home game will be this Thursday night against a team that's as hot as Birmingham is, the Evansville Thunderbolts. Birmingham is the hottest team in the league right now. Evansville's right behind them. Now, I don't know what the final score was with Evansville tonight, but they took out Peoria. Not only did they take them out, Greg, they shut them out.
Yep.
And that tells me right there that this game coming up with Evansville is going to be one heck of a game. Birmingham's hot. Evansville's hot. They both need wins. Birmingham is trailing Evansville in the standings, but not by much. Evansville is going to have 50 points on the night. Birmingham 46. A win against Evansville on Thursday night closes the gap even more to within 1 game of each other. And that climb up the ladder continues for the Birmingham Bulls.
That ties, well, Huntsville's, the game's almost done. So if Huntsville maintains course and they win the game, they will hold sole possession a second with 52. But that puts Evansville in a tie for 3rd place at 50.
Pensacola not too long ago had the best record in the league. They fell on hard times as well. Remember, this team, Knoxville, took 4 out of 4 against Pensacola earlier, and this was just a week and a half ago. This is just a crazy league, and the tightness of the race is just evident of it. It's going to be a fun last part of the season. Birmingham now only has 6 more home games to go.
Yep.
And the last 8 on the road. Those last 2 games of the year on April 3rd and April 4th in Knoxville may wind up being what makes
it boils down to.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll find out. I've been asking you and Pat Johnson both to go to Knoxville with me those last 2 games of the year. We'll see what happens. It'll be fun if that really was very meaningful games.
Well, you can petition the fans, Jody. If they want us to go down and make the call, I'll jump in the car and take the ride down to Knoxville with you.
Well, they can either hear us do the games or Knoxville's announcers.
Well,
Joel's a nice guy, but I think they'd rather hear Birmingham Bulls announcers, as homers as we are.
If they get behind it, then I'm in.
All right, that'll do it. For Greg Drevany, I'm Jody Chernesky. Final score from the Pellin Civic Complex. Birmingham takes out Knoxville for the 2nd night in a row. Last night it was 5-1. Tonight, 5-2. All right.